in just a second. The green light has gone off, so we should be seeing these guys take off. Here we go. Right off the bat, it looks like BlueGreenMikey is starting the sanctuary, getting a bottle right off the bat. So early sick kid.
And in the early sick kid is nice because it just kind of gets that out of your worry. You don't have to think about it later, and you don't have to worry, okay, well, is this bottle going to be like deep in Total Rock, and then it's actually going to be my go mode? Just do it, get out of the way, finish it, you're all good.
Indeed, we're already seeing a lot of different diversion paths here. BlueGreenMikey going to check the Lumberjack. Hazukitty going to head over to Uncle. It looks like ALTTP going the same route. So we're going to be seeing a lot of diverging paths. There'll be a lot of chaos here, folks. So thankfully, we've got two different trackers here. We've got Sukabooge and Flaffykins tracking for us. So we should be able to keep up with what's going on. Meanwhile, Uncle giving out 10 arrows right off the bat. Let's see
I'm okay with an early. I'm actually okay with an early 10 arrows. Yeah, people complain about it not being something, but sometimes you run into, you get your early bow and you're just like, oh, I can't actually use this. I gotta, almost makes you want to go to Eastern, even if you maybe can't do it. Like maybe you're not comfortable with dark runs just because you got some guaranteed arrows there.
Yeah, it's definitely not a bad start to have there. So good place to start. 20 rupees there in the other chest over there. Let's see in the forest, more rupees. So somewhat slow start, but things can change really quickly here as this race goes on. Mikey now heading into the forest cave and finds literacy.
Oh wow! Okay, early butt's nice.
Could we see an early pet check?
I think that might actually make sense.
I mean, he's right there. Might as well just go ahead and get it done and out of the way.
No, I think somebody is gonna. I can't see. We're in a race with 4 people. I don't see, like, all 4 of them choosing not to.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's right there. Like, it's not even out of your way to go check it. You're right there anyway.
Well, it is out of your way, but it's not out of your way enough that you wouldn't think of checking it.
And having that knowledge in advance could save you a lot of trouble if it turns out it is a pedestal required seed. So, we'll see what happens. Mikey now heading into the tavern, finding some more rupees. So, I want to see whether we got a lot to check around in Kakariko, and gonna turn in that bottle for Sick Kid.
Now, was it actually worth it? Here we find out.
Just some love, but early on, full heart container. That's not bad to pick up this early on.
Yeah. Oh, and I think we're getting a pedestal check.
I think we're getting a pedestal check here from ALTTP.
I think Alan's a little lost. I don't think he actually knows how to get to message source from here.
to the pedestal.
Yeah,
also, Mikey with a map check. All crystals, not even big fairy crystals. So.
Yep. And so we will see it on ALTTP's side.
Yep. While we're waiting on that, checking out Blind's Cave here on Mikey's side. Not much finding out, but he's got some bombs. We're checking the back room here. Let's see what's on the pedestal.
Oh, it's Quake
Medallion. That is interesting, because if it ends up being one of the required medallions, we have a pet seed here.
Wow, this could be a big swing in that matchup.
Yeah, that could make the difference. If this ends up being a required medallion, that could be some good knowledge to have, knowing you got to get it.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I would think about this. It's like, well, it's right there. Oh, and Hazukitty takes to death, and then got hit too many times by the bird and the guard.
Got to be careful back there. A lot of those enemies can peck away at you real fast. Not finding much in the well, unfortunately. So Kakariko not exactly giving us much here.
Is it ped required? How would we know 4 minutes in?
It really comes down to A, if Misery Mire or Turtle Rock was required, and B, what medallions they require. So right now it's still up in the air, but there's a very good possibility. Bottle vendor selling half magic, so definitely worth your 100 rupees today.
Yeah. And we're going to see, hopefully, like, all these aren't seem to have enough money and bombs, so this should be good.
Actually, Biohybrid, that is incorrect. That is just a pug.
Yep.
That Mikey is using. One of basically the official mascot of one of our other runners, Andy. He likes to use his pug.
Yeah, a few of these sprites are vanity sprites for specific community members. The Maple Tween sprite is I believe it's Sakura Tsubasa, like her animated character, basically.
Yep, I've seen that one.
The pug is Andy, and like the Four Swords Link is kind of as close as we're gonna get to like the GB Link.
Oh, Boots required seed, Moon Pearl in the library.
All right, well that's a good thing because that means we will see Boots in the light world and relatively early on. So that's actually that's not a bad thing. Now we could see it on like the pyramid. You can get the pyramid item without the Moon Pearl. So it might be an add or required seed because they run out of locations to find the Boots in.
Oh, this seed just giving us so much potential here. I'm loving this. This is going to be a very interesting race.
Mm-hmm. As I stated, Carissa, it can be, which is would be quite rare. It's very, I think it's a very small percentage of the time where you can end up going to Dark World without Moon Pearl as a requirement. Is extremely rare.
Yep. Meanwhile, Mikey now setting up for the Houlihan room. You want to make sure you enter that cave first to kind of reset your location, and then you jump into the water a few times, and then you should be able to jump down this hole to take you to the Chris Houlihan room.
It's the easiest setup. You can also do it by hitting the top of that screen in a specific way, but that one's a little harder to set up, so you have to be a little bit more careful. Other than that, it's not too bad to do.
Nope, Mikey now going to grab the chest over in Link's house, and then he's probably going to check South Shore with the dam and the mini Moldorm cave. Definitely usually a good hotspot for items, so it looks like Yoshi's going to go ahead and take the heart over in the race game. So he's going to have a little extra health going forward. So let's see what's hiding in the dam here real quick as Mikey moves the chest out of the way. Just a piece of heart, so we're going to have to drain the dam to see if we can find anything good there. And it looks like ALTTP is going to be doing the same thing here in just a minute. He's heading his way to the South Shore, and yep, Yoshi right there as well. They all seem to be converging in this location, so you're going to be seeing a little bit of sync here, but at least some high fives. And that's Boots!
Oh, there they are.
Soggy Boots in the dam. Where are those?
They showed up. They're here. Not even that late to the party.
Nope, not at all. Well, we figured that was going to happen, but now we're going to have to check the mini Moldorm cave, which is going to be a little trickier because they have to used bombs to take care of the Moldorms. So it takes, again, this is where a lot of skill comes into play because you got to time those bomb explosions to make sure you hit those Moldorms. But Mikey having no trouble here taking those things out. Oh, well, missed that last one at least.
Wow, that Moldorm got real slippery there.
Yeah, slippery as a snake. Nonetheless, he gets through, and let's see what we got. We've got 5 bombs. We've got a piece of heart. More bombs. 50 rupees. And a cape.
Not too bad.
Makes the Agata seed a lot more likely, because now they have a cape to get past that barrier. But still would be nice to have a sword or at least some kind of weapon right about now. They need at least either a sword or the bug net to be able to take on Agadim. And they need at least a sword to get to Agadim, because you got to get past that one curtain.
Mm-hmm.
Now it looks like Mikey now heading to the Ice Rod Cave, meanwhile ALTTP picking up his items from the Moldorm Cave. So yeah, a lot of similar paths. Oh, epicYoshi going to check the Bonk Cave. This should be interesting. So we got 2 big checks here. 50 rupees from the Bonk Cave. Arrow upgrade for the Ice Rod Cave. Not finding much.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Cape could be another sign of Adam, although now that we have the Moon Pearl, that does cut out one thin. It looks like BlueGreenMikey is Chitin Bondcroft, and then I guess might swing back down to his Moon Pearl, although you can really pick that up any time you want. I like the order that epicYoshi is doing it in.
Makes sense. It's right there. Get it out of the way.
Yeah, just run back over there. Save and quit from here. Now, did he do any Moldorms? I didn't catch it, because there's a lot going on in this seed.
Indeed there is. I don't think he did do the Moldoran Cave yet, because I don't see the cape on his tracker either, but I think that's where he's heading now. Nope, never mind. He might be going to Eastern.
Oh, yeah, looks like it. With boots, this isn't too long of a run, and there's 5 items that you can get there. Without sword, escape's a little iffy. You have to go buy bombs. Can't just do it outright. You don't have the money to do fake flip to Zora. Lots of reasons to go this way.
Yeah, definitely. I can make, there's some logic to these guys' runs here so far. Let's see what the old geezer has behind his hut. We got rupees.
There's the flute. That's a big deal. There we go. Oh, he's just gonna leave. I don't know if I agree with that, but some people do that, some people don't.
Well,
it's your game. You can do what you want.
It'd be a little tricky to do Eastern Palace right now, but it does make sense. If you got that flute, go activate it right away, because then you got a lot of access open to you. I mean, Death Mountain's now open to you, and a couple other places as well. So. It looks like Mikey now checking Agata's cave. Bit out of the way here early on, but, you never know. You might find something big there. And epicYoshi now going to activate his flute, and so the goose is loose, as one of our chats pointed out in a previous stream.
I mean, the tracker can include whatever the restreamer who put this together wants it to include.
Yeah. I mean, it's whatever the tracker has, and they do technically have arrows, they just don't have a bow to use them with.
Yep.
Mikey now making the play on desert. I mean, with boots they can do a little bit, but without a fire source, they're not going to be able to full clear it yet. Yoshi heading up to Death Mountain. Now, I did not see what the old man gave it. Or no, he didn't go for the old man yet, so he's just going straight to Spectacle Rock. Let's see what that's up there. And we've got a piece of heart, a vanilla piece of heart there on Spectacle Rock.
That's a big deal, because we know that the flute's available, so East or West Death Mountain is definitely something that the game is kind of encouraging our runners to do.
Now we got a dark. Let's see. Green pendant at ice, red pendant at pod, and blue pendant at Turtle Rock.
Opting to grab that shield.
Yep, not a bad idea. I mean, if you find the rest of them, you can get Riot Shield. Very useful to have. So not a bad play. Plus, it's right there. And Alan now heading into Eastern. Been an interesting play there. Gonna have to check if at least could get a few good items out of that. So a lot of different diverging paths here. And as Carissa points out, Turtle Rock cannot be Quake because Quake is on the pedestal and Turtle Rock is a pendant dungeon. So it's down to Misery Meyer to determine whether or not this is a pedestal seed.
Mm-hmm.
Still no big item finds yet thus far. Mikey and Yoshi cooking through desert right now. Let's see what's in there. Fire Rod! Fire Rod in big key location in desert, so ooh, this is looking interesting right now. Alan now heading towards the big chest. I don't know if he got the big key or not. I think he got it early on in Eastern. Nope, he must not have because he's going around to he's going around to vanilla big key.
Yeah, that kind of does make the assumption that yes, he does not have it. Although he could be having some weird route, or he's just choosing to do this. Now without sword, this is actually still kind of hard. I did it earlier today, fine, but it is still kind of difficult. It's not a trivial dungeon when it comes to that specific section.
Yeah, the dark room. The trickiest part of the dark room is, of course, this room right now where that Alan's in, where you got to get the small key from the pot. Kind of hard to spot exactly where that is, but the hallway's a little easier. You just have to time when those Oh, Alan taking a death from the tentacle.
Yeah, that's the anti-fairies are what gets you. Like they'll drain your health because you don't 100% know where you are. I would have been mashing A, kind of stutter step in the whole way through. Because he has no way to actually tell where he is.
And I don't know when, but I guess hookshot must have been inside of desert or on the ledge because both Yoshi and Mikey have hookshot right now.
Yeah, it was on the desert ledge.
That's what I thought.
And desert is not completable. They do not have a fire source or gloves, but it's still worth it to check the rest of this.
Considering there's both fire rod and hookshot there, it does make sense to grit those. With the hookshot and activated flute, East Death Mountain has become somewhat accessible, so definitely not a bad idea to have those. And actually, yeah, they do technically have a fire source now with the fire rod in desert, but still, without the gloves, they can't get much further than that, so still not completable yet. And now ALTTP going to activate his flute. So we get to hear the Link to the Past national anthem here. Hazukitty now checking Waterfall of Wishing. There's the Power Glove!
Oh, and was it the waterfall?
Yeah, it was in the waterfall.
And is this via Fate Flip? Yeah. Oh no.
How did she...
Does she
I
not?
You're supposed to have the... She don't have the... Does she have the Moon Pearl? Because I don't remember her getting...
No, she might have just Jesus walked, the regular way.
She must have.
The dash way? She doesn't have her Moon Pearl, unless it was missed, because, there's 4, and even with 2 trackers, it's missable. We'll have to wait for a pause. It's pretty cool to see. Although, you are still in... Oh, Bow and Hyrule Castle, as we're watching the very confused... This could be a huge sequence break.
Actually, yeah, big sequence break for Kitty.
This might, depending on what else is found. Yeah, now it is in Fate Flip. I don't know. This might have been the boots, but you can't jump down there, unfortunately. You can with some... There is a specific setup where you can, but...
But yeah, Bo in prison set in the prison escape. Yeah. So that's gonna mean that Eastern is now available.
We in fact know that the flip is possible, but it's not something a lot of runners utilize. I don't even actually know how to get there personally with the other method of fake flipping. So
yeah. And it looks like epicYoshi now checked. I think he checked the East Death Mountain caves there, but I don't think he found anything of significance just yet. Oh, wait. Oh, no, Flippers. Flippers are in the Paradox Cave.
Oh, okay. Well, then it's where, yeah, no, it's not a sequence break, but it is does end up helping out.
Indeed. So this logic is throwing them all over the place here.
Mm-hmm.
But nonetheless, so we've got a lot of interesting items, a lot of different diverging paths. It's crazy. Yep, green pendant and ice palace, as we confirmed earlier. Oh, and Yoshi, I think, just took a death.
So wait, how do we know the dark room crystals? Because you mentioned Chilla Rock is a pendant.
We had a map check earlier. I think it was Yoshi up in Death Mountain did a map check.
Oh, okay. I missed it then.
Yeah, but yeah, that's how I saw. We had blue pendant in Turtle Rock, red pendant in Pod, green pendant in Nice.
Okay.
So now
I've actually never seen anybody check using that portal before.
It's very rare, but I have seen it happen once or twice. So just got to keep. That's the tricky part, you guys. That's why we got 2 of us. We got to keep our eyes peeled on 4 different screens. So it's very easy for us to miss something. But we're gonna do our best to give you guys a good show here.
I can tell you it was like mostly today. She popped into my stream while I was running earlier today, asked a bunch of questions, learned a bunch. Today is going to be like her 6th completed seed, something like, not including like practicing things across the board.
Makes sense. epicYoshi now finally going to be checking Mini Boldorm Cave, getting his cape. Meanwhile, Mikey now making the play on Eastern Palace, since he's got the bow and a fire source. He's got everything he needs. He can full clear it, so we'll be able to see. Plus, he's got that hook shot to make it a little easier to get a couple of those chests.
The seed is extremely open to like the point where it's like, what is the right route for this?
Yeah, this is one of those few times where it's so wide open, we have no idea where the logic actually wants us to go.
So we also have fire rod. So if you get that, if you go to Zora, so like some of these runners are gonna go Zora, and these people double dipped. If Hazukitty had gotten this fire rod, like went to Eastern early instead of Zora and then went to Zora, would have actually been able to complete this dungeon. As it is right now, for most of these runners, it basically required a double dip.
Yeah, indeed. epicYoshi getting a shield upgrade from the hobo, so he has his fire shield now.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like he's going to be heading up to the Ice Rod Cave. He's not going to be too happy with what he finds up there, unfortunately. But again, you never want to miss anything. If you have the chance to check it, check it.
Oh, doing that room without a weapon is tough. I didn't pick up the hook shot, which would have auto-killed those guys.
Yeah, that would have been the smarter place, to grab the hook shot and then come back for that room. But unfortunately, and I think that's the way she's going now, but she's going to have a little trouble getting there. Mikey now working his way through that dark room, trying to be careful. He's using the hook shot to make sure he takes out those tentacles. And it looks like he got through without too much trouble. I think there's still 1 or 2 more items left in Eastern Palace that we have not confirmed yet, so there's still a good chance to find something here. And it looks like he's going to try to do it the hard way. He's got the bow. There he goes. Now he's thinking about it. And Yoshi now with the flippers going to go into the Waterfall of Wishing. He's going to get his power glove. And we've got, big vanilla big key.
Okay. So let's see if this sequence break pays out. It won't be lamp or anything. I do like my lamps. So we'll see.
Nice to have. And fighter sword.
Oh, yeah, that's a sequence. So fire sword is a sequence break here. This is interesting as it almost leads you. It also makes this next dark room a lot easier. Just gonna.
Yeah.
And by a lot, I mean like significantly easier to do this dark room here.
No kidding. But yeah, we're seeing a lot of interesting sequences here, a lot of sequence breaking, but you can tell that the logic's eventually leading these guys here. Just right now, they haven't quite figured that out yet. Like, given that we're almost certain this is going to be well, actually, the odds that Agassi are starting to slip away a little bit, but it's still possible.
With the sword, that now, what this does mean is, if he finds the other sword that makes it add required, and the lamp, if that happens, might not, because the sea's really weird so far. He'll actually have Master Sword over the fighter sword everyone else has, but on that note, Fire Rod seems to be available as an option. fire rod makes it significantly like easier. Well, there's no way for Hazu to. Oh no. Well, it would be extremely difficult to kill Lamolus with the current equipment that our runners have. So it's not really on the table. Also, I guess the fire rod was in desert, which I didn't realize.
Yeah, fire rod was in desert. That was in the vanilla big key room, if I recall.
So and there's no item on Lamolus either, so it's fine to skip him for now. He's not a hard boss to get to.
No, but apparently Yoshi's going to go for it. He's making the play on Lamolus.
Okay. He's not the one with the sword, so he's gonna have to. He does have half magic. That makes this a little bit easier. And I guess they do have a blue pot as well, so
should be in relatively good shape. Meanwhile, BlueGreenMikey now getting his first crystal, taking out the Armos Knights. So we've got our first crystal so far. And Kitty taking another death. Having some trouble there.
Oh, and didn't get the save point, unfortunately.
Nope, you gotta get rescue the old man to get the save point in the mountain. So what is Alan up to over there? Let's see. Lake Kylie Island only has some bombs on it, so no need for that. Probably gonna head over to the hobo, get his fire shield. Meanwhile, Mikey just now activating his flute. So get your swag ducks in chat once again. The goose is loose once more. Yoshi now working on Lamolus 1 here. He's got the fire rod, so 2 hits each should do it.
And got a lot of shots with that half magic. I did not realize that our runners had half magic, and they all seem to. So completely missed that on me. But that does make Lamolus significantly easier. Although if you're not comfortable with it, then there is that issue.
They got the half magic from the bottle vendor, by the way.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good price for that.
100 rupees for half magic? I'll take it. So yeah, Epic Yoshi getting his first crystal from Lamolus. Not bad. Not a bad start for these guys. And it looks like Alan got his flipper, so he's heading off to Zora's Cave. He's going to get his power glove here shortly. So, yeah, they're going everywhere here, and we're still not quite finding out where the logic really wants us to go yet.
Yeah. Like the sword's a sequence break. The gloves were sequence broke for half a second. We don't have lamp. Like, I'm not 100% sure what the seed wants of our runners. I feel like almost everything's been checked.
Yeah, that's the weird part about this. Normally when it comes to these seeds, there's a logic to it, and it usually tends to point you towards at least one dungeon.
Well, the biggest thing is we're watching a 4-player race right now, and we don't know. Like, we've seen almost everything, so it makes it actually much harder to keep track of what our runners have and have not seen, because we might miss. Oh, well, did that person shit there? It's like I'm trying to rack my brain on what we're missing, what area.
Actually, thinking about it, they haven't checked. They have the key. Oh no, they need the hammer, so they can't do that. No. Because I was thinking Spike Cave, but they need the hammer for that. Have they checked the back of Escape?
No.
I think that's what Alan's about to do. He's checking that.
Although Alan's frozen, no.
Oh no. I'm willing to bet that's the play. I'm calling it now. There we go. Got it back just in time. He's checking that room now.
I saw a runner last night lose to Ferdan. There's the hammer.
Oh, there's the hammer.
Took you guys a while. It's okay. We got this. Okay, Hazukitty's gonna go kill Lamola, it seems.
Yeah. And there's the bow, like we said before. Epic Yoshi getting his bow now. So yeah, now with the hammer, that opens up a few things because Dark World is now accessible from a few spots. So now we're starting to put some pieces together here, and it looks like it may not be an Aghanim required seed after all.
It definitely isn't, unless there was something at Lumberjack Cave. But I'm pretty sure that was Pedestal that was our oddball.
Yeah, it was Pedestal, not Lumberjack Cave. Lumberjack Cave, I think, just had a piece of heart.
The moment you have hammer, Aghanim stops being required. There's no situation where item to be required other than that. Also, the sand pit was still there, but he was stunned out of it. I've never actually seen that before.
Neither have I. That is weird.
I thought that he died to that.
Have we found another glitch, it seems. All right, and it looks like, yep, Alan is going to check the hype cave. Yeah, I remember you, the run right before this, you actually found some serious hype out of this hype cave.
Yeah, they're triple swords. I was very shocked.
Let's see if we get the same luck here. We got some rupees from the thief. And then we have more rupees, heart container, 300 rupees,
No,
and a single rupee. No hype today.
I took it all.
Yeah, you took all the hype.
Five sits of TT in Swamp Palace. Okay.
And the other interesting thing about all four of these racers on such different paths is we really don't know who has the advantage here. I mean, epicYoshi and Mikey both have crystal dungeons completed, but Alan's the only one who's got true Dark World access at this point. So this is still a very open race right now. It looks like Alan's going to check the pyramid to see what's over there. Let's see what we got hiding on that pyramid. We got just 20 rupees.
And Hazukitty is about to take down Lamos. I think there's just one more left.
Looks that way, so she'll be getting her first crystal here pretty soon. Meanwhile, looks like, yep, Alan is going, actually, I was figured he might check Catfish, because he could do that right now, but it looks like, no, he's going to head over, probably going to check Village of Outcast, or maybe even Skull Woods. Oh, wait, I think he's heading to Bumper Cave. He's got everything he needs for it, so he could check it. And just, it looks like 100 rupees up there, so not much. Also, like we said, big shout out to our trackers, Flaffykins and Sukabooge, for having to keep track of this chaos.
Tracking is not super easy. I am not great at it.
I haven't attempted it yet, and I'm pretty sure I know why. So I give credit to these guys for trying to keep track of this madness. Thankfully, they only have to track 2 racers each, or else I fear for them.
It's for me, I run into the issue of I'm not good at I don't keep track of my own items.
So I'd also give a shout out to our restreamer Alvi for helping making this possible. We wouldn't be able to keep an eye on all this without him.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Alan now checking the bomb hut in Village of Outcasts. Hasn't found much yet here, but let's see if maybe that front changes. Riot Shield! Considering we haven't found any mail upgrades, having that is not a bad thing to find.
It's nice, but it's like, and that's not the Riot Shield. The Riot Shield is the one that covers your face.
Yeah, the mirror shield. That's what Alan has now.
Oh, I was looking at epicYoshi. I'm like, oh no, I don't think that's the mirror shield. That might mean. Oh no, we already have cave. I was gonna say that might mean that we might not see. We might not see, like, Turtle Rock being like required, like the bridge. Like if you don't find any of the protection items early, like you can sometimes just like opt to ignore the bridge because it won't have progression on it. And I actually had a seed like that. My seed today. When I thought about the logic a bit, the laser bridge was not required to beat the seed because I had no protection items to, like, for the logic to care about the bridge. So sometimes if you really, really want to, like, take this game to, like, the nets level, you can start thinking about things like that.
Yeah, you really got to figure out, again, the logic tends to point you in a certain direction, so it's just a matter of figuring out what direction is it actually pointing you towards. So, who knows right at this point, but so far that's the only thing we found inside Thieves Town. And considering he doesn't have a sword, it's going to be tricky to do this. Doing blind with just the hammer is very difficult, especially when he only has green mail.
Yeah, he only takes damage from that in his inventory. He never found the bow, yet, so... Oh, we are seeing another pedestal check from BlueGreenMikey. He's gonna have that, I would call it despair? It's probably a feeling of despair.
Yeah, because it tells you something, but you're not sure what yet.
Yeah, you're not sure. Like, that's like my, it's like the, if it's like, oh, here's mushroom or powder, it's like, well, oh.
Yeah, that doesn't tell you anything. You'd rather it tell you it has bombs or an upgrade, because it's like, okay, at least I know I don't have to come back here.
Yeah.
You know, you'd have one way or the other. Either it has something very important that you know you're going to need, or something that's completely useless so you don't come back. You don't want something that's making you guess.
Mm-hmm. Or something that, like, you do it and then it turns out that gamble was wrong. That's the word. That's the bad feeling. Is actually when you do it, you go through the process of getting that pedestal because you're like, okay, it must be this. I got so few areas, so I'm just going to do this. And it doesn't turn out. Then you feel bad.
I've sort of seen that happen. The only difference was that the items that they needed to find were in pendant dungeons, but the pedestal itself had nothing. So he did a blind pedestal speed, and it turned out to be, oh, and Alan taking a death from the geckos. Mikey now working his way through Skull Woods. Interesting play here, but he's got the fire rod, so he could clear it.
Do you have a sword?
Yes, he does.
Oh, right. There's so many different people with different... Dude, he's the only one with the sword, right? Because he is the only one who's completed Eastern. Hazu's making her way there.
Yeah, I think she just got her sword. So, but she's...
Nope. Oh, was the sword in the big key chest? Yes, it was.
Yeah, sword was in the big key chest.
Yeah, and that's all the items, so that's perfectly fine to leave that dungeon at that point.
Yeah. But because she doesn't have the bow, she can't clear it. Though it is a crystal dungeon, so she will eventually have to come back.
You can come back when you feel more comfortable with either more health, better armor, etc.
All right, looks like Mikey's going to check the big chest here in Skull Woods, going it the long way. Meanwhile, Yoshi now looks like he's about to head over and fight the Armos Knights. He's got his bow, so that will be possible for him. Looks like not finding much. I think Mothula might have an item on him.
That would be sweet. If only just to see an early moth kill, if he can pull it off with what he has. He has that blue magic pot, so that is there.
And we got Titan's bits in the maiden's chest.
Oh.
Alan getting a good one out of that. And he's got the hammer, so he can check the big chest if he wants. He's got the big keys, and I think that's what he's going to do.
Yeah, that's usually a good play.
And just a piece of heart, so I think Blind will have the map on them because he does not have that yet. So that's pretty much the end of the items there. And Hazu taking a death on Death Mountain.
Oof.
Oh, and Mikey finding the big red cane.
Nice. That's good to have. It does mean like lower like your dependency on needing to go to to a pendant. It's one of the more trolly items, as it can appear basically anywhere that is not a is not Turtle Rock. So finding that item early is very nice usually.
Yeah. And of course, our chat finally getting out their homages to the awesome Fancy Ryu. I actually loved working with him the other day.
He's a good guy.
Yes, he is. Alan now working on his blind fight. Again, it's gonna be tricky. He's got to use hammer strats, but thankfully he's got that riot shield, which will block some of those bullets. But with green mail, it is still gonna be challenging. Yoshi now getting his hammer from the back of Escape. Oh, and Alan taking a death on blind. That's gonna be painful. You know that's contagious, right?
Oh, I thought I hit my mute button.
It's all right, dude. It happens to the best of us.
It's not my first time yawning this test.
So Alan now going to have to restart the fight with Blind, and even worse because of that, Blind will be in the room waiting for him. So it's gonna be even harder than it was the first time. So that's gonna make a lot more challenging for him.
Only harder if you actually know how to do the regular shot. There is a pretty easy shot to do, where you HUD the left side. You go down the left side, and then as he comes up, you just go it. But it's a little harder with the hammer, obviously, just the poor hitbox. Hammer kind of forces you to play a little bit more aggressively. Now, but yeah, with the sword, you can actually just chill at the bottom.
Yeah, but unfortunately, he's not able to do it and takes another death.
Hazu has found her Dark World access.
Yeah, it's at this point the runners are starting to slowly converge. It looks like because we got two people. Actually, it looks like Alan has given up on Blind for now. It looks like he's probably heading to Skull Woods. Or maybe not. What's he do? He's double backing here. What's he planning? Oh, I think he's taking a different way in. OPT Lawyer, the plastic sword was in Eastern Palace. It was in the big chest. And considering what's waiting in Skull Woods, Alan's going to be very happy with what he finds there. So definitely a good play to make right now. Yoshi now taking the back way. Looks like he's going to check the digging game. Did he check Stumpy on the way? Because I don't know why he would pass that up.
That could just be a mistake. He doesn't. I don't know. Maybe he's just. I hope he just did. I hope he didn't just forget it. That would be bad.
That would be very bad, especially if Stumpy actually has something. Digging game not paying off. Only 20 rupees is the main item there, so he's going to be running off from there. Yeah, he's just going to save and quit out. I don't think he checked. Oh, never mind. Flaffy says Stumpy had 10 arrows, so he has been checked.
Oh, okay, okay. You know, I always wondered, like, I know that this is a taboo thing, but it would be so interesting if you could watch your opponent. It's done in road lights. It's like a way for people to catch up, but I don't think it would work at this point in this community. But it would be an interesting thought of how much that would change.
Yeah, if you could see what routes you should be taking, kind of see if you can catch yourself back up. But I can understand why that's against the rules here, because you know it takes the fun out of it in some cases.
And we got Hazu just doing escape, cleaning that up before like ended up going, oh, really good use of like hammering. This guy actually only takes 2 hammer shots to deal with, and extending the hitbox there to get that attack in was really good.
Yeah, very well played on that one. So yeah, she'll be finishing that up. She's got her bow now as well. So Alan's the only one who has not done the escape to get the bow yet. I mean, that might come back to haunt him if he doesn't check that before long. But for now, he's going to be heading toward... It looks like he might be heading towards Mothula at this point. Which would be really good, because we know what's also there. He's going to be getting his cane. And I think there was one other item in there as well. So he's definitely going to pick all that up. Oh, and Yoshi taking a death now. Well, it looks like Hazu's going to be actually going back, clearing out Eastern Palace now that she's got her bow, so... Kind of regretting kind of wishing she hadn't had to double dip, but I'm sure she'll be happy to get that one over with.
Okay, so we are seeing another attempt at blind, but this time this person has a sword. Infinitely easier.
Yeah, even though the other swords are slightly longer, like a pixel or 2 longer, having at least a sword of some kind will help. 9 hits, no matter what weapon you use. And with the riot shield, it'll be a little easier to block some of those shots. So, should pay off a little bit better there for Mikey. Alan now heading over to Meyer. We might be getting a Meyer check here. This will let us know, ladies and gentlemen, are we going to have a pedestal seed? No, Bombos!
Okay. So it is not pedestal. That is really, really good information to have.
Yeah. Bit disappointing for us, but...
I don't know. I'd like to see a nice quick B26 seed, and this seed's actually shaping up to be really good, so that would have ruined it pretty good. We just now we just need the Bombos pendant plus a few other things, but in general, gonna be fairly good.
Well, the chat seems to be disappointed. The pedestal hype is dead. Aw. Yoshi taking yet another death. These runners having a very little luck in this seed. All right, looks like Alan is going to be heading back, probably heading back into Skull Woods at this point, maybe. And Kitty now heading up to Death Mountain. Wonder if she's where she's heading here. All right, Kitty now getting blocked by those dead rocks. The trolliest enemies in the entire game, bar none.
Yeah, they can get pretty bad.
Yeah, they can only be killed with the magic powder, and very rarely do you actually use that. And worse yet, they almost always tend to turn to stone right in front of your way. Very difficult to deal with. So it looks like Kitty's going to be heading up to the Paradox, heading up to Upper Death Mountain. Mikey now checking the trash cave, while Alan looks like heading to the Pet Cave. This will be interesting. Never mind, only a piece of heart in the Pet Cave. I've seen that pay off, though, so...
Yeah. Fun fact, without your sword, as we just saw, you can't actually hammer dash, which is very annoying. You do need at least a sword.
Kitty now making the play on Tower of Hera. That's the first time we've seen this one, so let's see what this item is. We've got 2 unique items in Tower of Hera, so let's see if we find anything interesting up here. No, I don't know, Flabby. I don't think he did. No, he did not get the cane. Yoshi does not have the red cane yet, so. And only a key and a map, so we're going to be seeing a basement run for the tower. Oh, and Hazu tried to go for the invincibility strat, but unfortunately got knocked off the peg right as it went up thanks to that tile, so she's going to have to do this the hard way. And Yoshi taking yet. Oh, both Yoshi and Kitty taking a death in the tile room. Ouch.
That can happen, although as we found out in another race, I don't actually know how many people noticed this happened on Randomizer Mania 2, so not as many people maybe saw it or heard of it, but turns out if you are pulling on a wall, you can just cape. And you never run out of magic.
Yeah, I think we discovered that in a previous race where someone was using the cape while pulling on a statue.
Yeah. Now, I mean, obviously you can just do what Hazu's doing, which is set that up. That's not too bad.
That's the typical strat, is you hit the crystal switch while you're standing on those pegs, and it creates an invincibility strat that basically makes you immune to those tiles. And epicYoshi getting it as well, so there's your cutscene, folks. This is usually what a lot of runners decide to go to the bathroom or get a quick snack. Mikey now heading to East Dark Death Mountain. Probably going to check the Super Bunny Cave here in just a sec.
Funnily enough, that glitch is actually a glitch that sort of is in, what's it called? LEDX. If you hook shot like a pot, like twice, it makes you invincible. And you just ignore some tile rooms because of that. In that game.
Nice.
Both games have glitches to avoid tile room damage.
Mikey, unfortunately, missing the hookshot glitch with the blocks there, so he's going to have to go around the long way. Finds a heart container and a piece of heart for his trouble. So a lot of love in the Bunny Cave. Meanwhile, both Kitty and Yoshi working their way up the upper end of Death Mountain, or Tower of Hera. They've got the big key now. So we're going to see what's waiting for them. We've already found the map. So either the chest or Moldorm should have at least one. There's the compass. So I think at this point, both the big chest and Moldorm himself have items. Mikey now also checking Hookshot Cave. Having a little trouble there thanks to the jellies. Got a bee in a bottle, air bomb upgrade, and more rupees. All right, Yoshi now heading on to Troll Dorm. Everyone's favorite boss, right, folks?
I actually do like it. As long especially with Hammer, it's like. Also, Hazukitty is going to do a Hammer strat here, 100%, because apparently she didn't realize it took 3 Hammer hits until she was watching me today. So watch for that. They didn't really like the idea of it though, so I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Yoshi doing a mix of sword and hammer strats, but takes down Troll Dorm pretty easily. Meanwhile, Mikey heading on to Spike Cave. Yoshi getting a piece of heart.
Spike Cave could be big.
I've seen it pay off for some people, but nope, just a heart container this time. So, Tower of Hera not paying off progression item-wise, but thankfully, because, you know, it is a crystal dungeon, so they didn't declare it anyway. Oh, Kitty having a little bit of trouble there. Trolldorm are getting a little trolly.
Oh, and it's trying to use hammer, but doing it like that. Oh, yeah.
Oh, there she goes.
Doing it with your sword out is a little tricky, because if you touch him with the sword, it does throw off the 3 hits then. I don't know if that was a sword hit or not. Oh. Yeah, holding out the sword, this might be confusing them. Yeah, there it is. So
She got it.
One of those was a hammer hit. Don't know which one, but one of them was.
Yeah.
Yeah, Moldorp actually doesn't take any increased damage from spins or tempered pokes. It's just like as if it was a the game basically just treats fighter sword and master sword attacks as the same. It's so that the first time you're there, it always takes 6 hits to take him down when you're there casually with just the fighter sword.
And Mikey now finding a piece of heart in the King's Tomb. Not fun, so not much there. And Alan now checking Spike Cave as well. Going to be disappointed with what he finds. It looks like, yeah, Mikey's going to stock up on some potions here. And I think Flappy pointed out that apparently there was Cane of Burna on the Ether Tablet.
Oh. That's interesting. Burna is nice to have, especially if you're just going into like GT. Maybe you would mirror out and grab that. I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting. Again, it's one of those items.
They have cape, so maybe not. Probably not, just because they have cape already.
It's one of those items that's never required to have, but it's always nice to find if you can get it along the way.
Yeah.
But you don't really try to go out of your way for it.
Yeah, I think the tablets mention invincible for Kane and invisible for Cape, so that you know which one it is. Because that does actually matter, as Cape can be used for an additional location over the Kane.
Yeah, it makes sense there. Now, bear in mind, everyone who has a sword technically sequence broke to get it. We still don't even know where the lamp is at this point.
Mm-hmm. And that moth kill, that didn't actually happen. Never mind. Nobody killed moth. I was going to say that would also be in sequence break, but... Don't have to worry about sequence breaks if you don't actually do them.
Exactly. All right, looks like Mikey now going to make the play on Tower of Hera. As is Alan. They're almost in sync. Oh, actually, no, they're both checking the Ether Tablet. Yep. Use this to become invincible is indeed the Cane of Burner on the tablet.
I guess a better way for me to state that, Teresa, is that the cape has an area that is exclusive to it, which is very different from the other ones.
All right, so the question is, we haven't found the ice rod. We haven't found the mirror.
Correct.
And we haven't found the lamp. Nor have we found any of the medallions yet. Where do we go?
Hey, overworld locations. There's partial dungeons that they can do. Maybe pod. They have everything to do pod. Nobody's been to pod yet.
That's true.
So we have Titans on BlueGreenMikey's side, so he's right in the position to do Dark Death Mountain. Same with ALTTP, both can do Dark Death Mountain.
I think one of them already has. I think Mikey already checked that.
All of it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they did Super Bunny Cave, they did Hookshot Cave. I don't think they've done anything. I don't think there was anything else they could check. Though I think you're right. Pod might be the play to make.
Mm-hmm. You don't even need a sword to do it, so.
It's always interesting. A lot of runners tend to avoid those pendant dungeons until it's like the last thing on their list. When sometimes with the V26 logic, sometimes it's the exact opposite of what you should be doing.
Well, it's usually you just want to avoid doing unnecessary things. So you should focus on doing the dungeons that you can do, doing larger overworld locations. Like for example, doing Death Mountain before Pod is correct. Even though Pod has 5 items, it's just like you won't always need to do that. So it just ends up making more sense.
Yeah, I guess it just comes down to when do you decide to make that gamble? When do you decide to make that big play?
Right.
That could find that item you're looking for. Because I've seen it. That's usually what these races come down to. Is when do you decide to make that big chance?
Yeah,
on
exactly.
One of those pendant dungeons.
I agree.
So let's see. Kitty now just getting out of Thieves Town. She's not sure where she's going just yet. Meanwhile, both Alan and Mikey working on Tower of Hera. Looks like Kitty's heading over to Skull Woods, maybe.
Hey, we're gonna see. Oh, I think Hazukitty's a little lost. I'm not sure where she ended up.
Yeah, I think she took the wrong way into Skull Woods, so she's gonna be a little lost there.
This is one of those dead ends in Skull Woods is very weird. This is actually one of the vanilla ways to get around. Like you can exit there, and it exits you out at the graveyard cliff. I believe that this is actually the way that runners will go. In 100%.
Yeah, but unfortunately, she takes another death there in the Skull Woods, so she's gonna be heading back into the light world. And these runners having not much luck with the dark world in this run. They need to find some mail upgrades at this point. Alright, so Mikey finishing off Troll Dorm, getting his crystal there, and Alan is right on his heels, about to do the fight himself. So this pretty much means after this, everyone will have at least done Tower of Hera. That's the first dungeon that everyone has completed. Oh, and Alan taking a fall.
Ooh.
Troll Dorm, stop your trolling, please. Yoshi now going to take on Blind. I think this is his third or fourth. I think this is like his third fight with Blind, because I remember he fought him before. All right, and both Yoshi and Alan finishing up their respective bosses pretty much at the same time, so nicely done. But now the question becomes, which one of these runners is going to take the big play? Which one's going to make the big gamble on a pendant dungeon? Because all of them have been avoiding it like the plague thus far.
And then Pod is going to be the big play. It's probably going to contain at least one item. They need the... What do they need to... They need... Yeah, they need Mirror. I believe that they need...
Mirror and Ice Rod are the two big ones, plus the medallions. And I think Alan is going to be the one to make the call. He's going for it.
Yeah, that's definitely the play that he's taken.
At some point, you just got to go. I've been everywhere else. You know, maybe there's just 1 or 2 overworld places, but like of all the dungeons, this is the only one I haven't even attempted yet. This might be where I need to be going. And as you said, they have the means to full clear it. So then a lot of the times the logic says if you can clear it, that's probably where you should be going.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, as we get there, we gotta get a little visit from everyone's favorite extortionist, Kiki the monkey.
Yep. Pay me 10 gold to bring me to the temple, and then pay me 100 and I'll turn it on.
Mikey now turning in the dwarven swordsmith is only getting $20 for his efforts. Alright, so let's see if Pod is indeed the right play to make. Meanwhile, Mikey, I think Mikey's making the play on Ice Palace.
Ooh, that's not bad. Actually, they have full access to it. Good play.
It's not a bad play.
Oh, that may be better. That's probably better than Pod.
This is going to get interesting. Let's see which one of these two made the right call.
Well, I think actually BlueGreenMikey made the right call, 100%. The reason being, I mean, it's a crystal versus non-crystal, so I don't know.
No, both of those are pendant dungeons.
Oh, ice is pendant. Oh, whoops.
Yeah.
That's nope. We got a double gamble. Never mind.
The only advantage that Mikey does have is that it is the green pendant in Ice Palace, so that gives them one extra item.
No, it's one less item then.
How is it one less item? Because with the green pendant, that means he gets Sarasala.
Right, but there's 5 items in Pod.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, Mikey's the one with the. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
no,
okay.
Mikey's the one with the advantage because he gets one extra item for being in the Ice Palace.
No. ALTTP is checking 5 items, while BlueGreenMikey is checking 3 plus green pendant for 4.
Oh,
now,
okay.
The route in where it's a little bit better in that if nothing is here, he does get to go back to Pod. But if nothing's here and something's in Pod, that's very bad for him. So.
Well, we'll just have to see what plays out here.
Also, Yoshi is actually currently at 4 out of 5 crystals, working on his 5th out of 7. So that's pretty good. He's been knocking these out.
Certainly not a bad move to play. We'll see.
He's doing this pretty much guarantees like there will be some form of pendant required. Or sorry, yeah, pendant dungeon required.
But by clearing those out, it means he won't have to do as much in those pendant dungeons because he'll know he doesn't have to clear all of them.
Ooh, a death at Moth. Moth is one of the more costlier deaths too, unfortunately.
Yeah, you gotta go through quite a few rooms to get back there. So let's see. Mikey now working his way through Ice Palace. Alan needs to be very careful. He's very low on health there. All right, 300 rupees from that chest. So I'm still not finding anything out. I don't think he has the big key. Oh, and Alan taking a death.
Ooh. Trying to hammer those guys is tough.
And of course, Mikey taking the long way around, making sure he checks all those other chests along the way. Might find something there. Let's see. Nope, just 10 arrows. So, item-wise, Ice Palace not really paying off yet.
Still a lot of palace to go, though.
Alan finding the powder over in Pod.
Okay, that could be something.
Yeah. No, yet. He still got to turn. He still has to turn that into the bat, but it's potential. Thankfully, he still has a few other chests to look through before we call it clear, so he might find something else while we're in there. I know pod's always been a good payout on the runs I've seen. Now, Kitty also working her way to Mothula. She's going to try to take that challenge on. And that's an interesting looking bunny beam. I don't think I've ever seen that one before.
Which one? For
Kitty. I don't even know what that was.
Which sprite is that? It's
another Toho character, I think. I forget the name of it. I know the chat was talking about it earlier.
Yeah. I know Marissa's is the mushroom, which is my favorite bunny sprite so far.
Yeah, like Rumia, by the way.
Rumia. I can't remember what her bunny sprite is referenced to. But I do like how some of the Toho sprites are just like, oh, well, we can figure out what a bunny would.
Oh, taking another jab.
You're right.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just a dark version. It's like her evil side, etc. Very anime.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm not as big in the Toho fandom as some people are. So
I have no idea. I just like the sprites in this game. Whoever's doing the sprites for the Toho characters is doing a very, very lovely job.
Yes, definitely. I will give them credit for that. Alright, looks like Alan was not able to find much else in Pod, so he's going to turn around and clear Eastern Palace while he's here. And I don't think... Oh, actually, no, I take that back. Alan did find the mirror. I did not see that. So Alan has the mirror at last. So that's going to help him out a little bit, check a few other places. Meanwhile, Mikey now working on Cold Stare.
Okay, so Fighter Sword, like Cold Stare, is actually literally the worst thing that you can possibly do in this entire video game. So... Oh, I guess Swordless. Sword, what is it called? Is it Swordless Vitreous? Yes.
Oh god, yeah.
Sometimes you can get there with swords without. There's a seed where you didn't have any weapons except for bombs and like normal arrows. So it was actually just like the best strat was just to throw. Oh, and regular swords. Like the best strat was to just throw bombs at him. It was awful.
Oh, no kidding. Also, Gokai Master, wrong Toho. So unfortunately, we're seeing a lot of players having some struggles here, but we'll see how we've still got a few other places to check. We at least know where the mirror is. So that means Swamp Palace is now an option. Just might be where we find some medallions. With some frustration slashes, finally getting his sword. Oh! Mikey finding the Bombos medallion at Sarhasala.
Oh, wow, wait, was it green? Wow.
Yeah.
That's actually huge. That's, wow, I'd go straight to Misery Mire.
This means that Ice Palace is required.
Yeah, that's good. That gives them, like, just an absolutely massive advantage.
Holy cow.
Unless epicYoshi decides to do that, but I don't know many runners that would. Like,
that's a pretty big gamble to make. Mikey just went for it, and it paid off for him.
Wow, that's one of the better payoffs I've seen.
Yeah, and like I said, the mirror was in pod, so yeah, pod is partially required. Ice Pal is fully required.
Sorry, which one was in pod?
Mirror.
Oh yeah, okay. That worked out for him really well then.
Both Mikey and Alan getting some good love out of their respected dungeon
we
calls.
Still not know where the lantern is? Yeah, we still don't know where the lantern is.
No, we still don't have the lantern.
I don't know where it is. It's probably in Meyer, actually.
That would be hilarious.
It's looking like it's in Meyer right now. Or it'll be in Pendant Turtle Rock. Who knows?
Mikey now taking the purple chest on a bit of a world tour.
I've actually started, like, when I have the mirror, I started to grow accustomed to Flute into 4, going to Dark World, and then checking Bombo's tablet when all that lines up. And I don't see enough people do that, so I'm just going to say that on this task, so that more people think about doing that. Abusing my power, I think. Oh, and BlueGreenMikey is going straight to Misery Mire, which I think is absolutely correct.
It's the only play I could see making right now, so yeah. He's got that pendant, or he's got that medallion, might as well put it to use.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't recall Catfish being checked. I don't think anyone's checked it yet.
Yeah, I don't recall seeing it. I feel like that would have stuck in my mind if somebody checked Catfish this early. It's a play I would make.
Yeah. But yeah. Hopefully, Mikey can find another sword upgrade while we're in here. We still are only at Fighter Sword right now. Nobody has found any sword upgrades, so hopefully that's where we find one here, because he's going to need more than that to fight off Vitreous. And it looks like it was Bombos at Turtle Rock as well.
Okay, that's interesting. That could lead to some interesting moments.
Indeed.
Magus, I'm not sure why Mikey would let Yoshi win. That seems a little counterproductive.
And yes, Batty J, Ice Palace is indeed required. So, Alan now checking the bat. I don't think we've seen that done yet. Let's see if the bat's hiding anything.
Oh, just a heart container.
Little love from the bat. Now, Mikey not finding much more in Misery Mire yet either, so we still got a ways to go before we find anything big. Still looking for the ice. Well, we don't really need the ice rod, truth be told. At this point, I think right now Mikey just needs the mirror.
Yes, Mikey needs the mirror for go mode, but I mean that. Oh wait, yeah, you are right. That is all we need. He just needs to find that mirror. Oh wow, Mikey could be done this seed. Like, although that's a pendant pod, so might take him a bit to go back there.
Yeah, I get that impression too. Oh, they
mirror
do need a sword.
A sword, but I mean that's fine. You'll find one in GT if you haven't found the second one already.
No, but he did just find silvers.
Yeah, there you go. Now you really only need one sword.
Yeah.
It'll be a long fight, but
Alan now also finding the mushroom over in the mirror cave.
Did Mikey just save and put out a mire?
He did! What the heck is he thinking?
You have silvers. That's like, what?
what was
both
the
items
there?
Yeah, but there's like this third item. Oh, no lamp. Okay, that's I guess fair.
Yeah, we still don't have that lamp yet, though. I think he's gonna make the play on pod.
That's good. I'll get him somewhere.
Yeah, we know what's waiting for him there.
But no lamp, so...
Yeah, where is that lamp? That lamp is still eluding us.
It can be in Turtle Rock, so...
We did check Turtle Rock Medallion. It was also Bombos.
So yeah, Turtle Rock is not only accessible, the lamp could be there. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I saw it clear as day. Kitty taking another death to blind there, unfortunately, but Yoshi finishing off Skull Woods, taking out Mothula. Fortunately, I could not see what Mothula dropped there, unfortunately. And Alan now going to make the play on Swamp Palace now that he's got that mirror. Let's see what we find hiding in here.
All four are on the same seed, yes. They are not in a four-way race, so Hazukitty does not need to beat BlueGreenMikey or epicYoshi, just TheAlanHeffley.
Yeah, basically it's green versus red and blue versus yellow. Think of it that way.
There's also the verses in the middle there, which...
helps a little bit, yeah.
If Yoshi does Ice Palace, he can finish faster. I mean, he has to go to both pendants, so that's like he's doing it. Whichever one you go to first will lead you to a different dungeon. So.
Kitty now finally taking out Blind, getting her crystal from there. So yeah, we got a lot of different things we're still looking for here, but we know where the majority of the items are needed for Go mode. And pretty much Mikey will be the first one to officially enter Go mode once he finds the mirror.
But he will still have to be searching for a sword, so he'll be in like a soft Go mode where he's going to check a few chests along the way that maybe you wouldn't check if you're in Go mode.
That is true.
Right. For example, when he goes to do Swamp Palace, he might check the chest below, like the big key chest. He might check the two chests south of like south in the basement. What was that item? Was that just a heart?
What, pod?
Yeah.
That was the powder.
Okay, that one was the powder, okay.
Yeah. But we already know the vat doesn't give anything, so that's kind of a useless fetch quest.
The thing is that Mikey doesn't seem to know dark rooms, so the location of the lamp could mean everything here.
Indeed. And Alan finding ether in the Swamp Palace, not really useful at this point, but, you know, good to have.
Mm-hmm. It all depends on if Yoshi can do, like, what Yoshi can do darkroom-wise. It's a lot of variables. It's not as simple as this person has 5 crystals. I mean, he doesn't have any of the required items like that Mikey does have or will have. So it's a very big difference.
Yeah. Yoshi is in the lead in terms of completing dungeons, but Mikey has a clear lead when it comes to item progression, so it's still anyone's race at this point. Let's see if Alan's going to fully check left side Swamp Palace. Make sure you get everything off there, because there's at least a few items there you want to check while you're when you're not in go mode. Mikey now definitely getting... Yep, that's where the mirror was hiding in that one chest there with the turtles. Also gets the big key. Will he check the dark maze? All right. Alan's still checking. Hasn't found anything yet. Anything else major here? There's the map. So right now, technically, like I said, pretty much we're just a sword away from Mikey being in full go mode, but technically he could do it right now.
There's a lot riding on Mikey finding the lamp. Oh, he doesn't... Oh, yeah, so yeah, he has quote-unquote go mode. He didn't do everything. He's gonna probably full clear Swamp, though.
More than likely. And we'll know soon enough on Alan's side whether or not that's, whether or not he should full clear it.
Mm-hmm. And he definitely shouldn't, but it looks like he's gonna have to find the lamp.
Yeah. Well, let's see what Alan finds while he's here, because he's probably going to be full clearing it, since he does not have everything he needs. And there's the big key. And there's the lamp!
Oh, so it is there. That's good, really good. Okay, so BlueGreenMikey doesn't know this, but he's in go mode probably, because he was probably gonna check those chests anyway for a sword. Oh, yeah. And Alan gets trolled by the troll, like, staircase. You have to like not hold anything, or else you're gonna get stuck in there. Pretty weird staircase. Just kind of doesn't like work the way you'd expect.
He's got so Alan now has pretty much what he needs. He is just one Bombos medallion away from go mode. Again, they're still looking for another sword. I would laugh if all the sword upgrades are in Ganon's Tower.
And that is possible. It's not super unlikely.
I mean, at this point, we still haven't found the ice rod yet. So there's always Turtle Rock too, which would be really bad because at this point they don't want to have to go to Turtle Rock just to find a sword.
Right. I mean, yeah, that's the other actual really odd thing that could happen is all three sword upgrades are in Turtle Rock, which would actually make Turtle Rock required.
Yeah. Alan finding the blue mail over in Swamp Palace, so that helps.
Okay, so Swamp Palace is pretty loaded, it seems.
Yeah, I'd say decently loaded. But it took us an hour and a half for us to find the lamp and a blue mail. Wow. That is punishing, especially with how often a lot of these players have been dying in some of these bosses.
Oh yeah, and if you like menus, you're probably going to see them. Now, I always see people, oh, it's so much easier to do the spin strat on like those guys, and it's actually not. If the poke cancels out your like spin, which it will, you will like lose the time on it, and if you do it from above, like if you pull them down and you're below Argus, he actually will hurt you with those puffs, so not as trivial as people like to claim. Oh,
and considering how low on health Alan is right now, he definitely does not need that happening.
It would be actually just a lot better if he just took the fight slowly and launched silver, or he doesn't have silvers, but launched, like just did Like, pull hammer, pull hammer. Like, the way he's gonna die here. Oh, no, he didn't actually take damage there. Interesting.
Yeah, he's getting lucky so far, but he's definitely struggling. Oh, Yoshi taking another death. Yeah, as far as I know, Mike is the only one who's been to Misery Mire, so he's the only one who has silvers at this point.
Oh, and a death on Epic Yoshi's side? Or no? Yes. It's a frozen stream that is a death.
And he died, we just don't know what happened afterward. Alan taking his sweet time, making sure he takes out those puffballs, and then he's still got to deal with Argus himself. He's gonna up. Oh no! Alan taking a death right as Argus launches into the air.
Yeah, Argus 10 does have a hurt box while he is flying in the air there.
So now Alan's going to have to walk all the way back to get to Argus to try that again. That has got to be painful.
It's not the longest walk compared to the size of the dungeon.
Yeah, but it's not exactly a short walk either, so...
No.
And Kitty gonna get herself some potions because she's tired of dying. Can't say I blame her. And I think Kitty's... Oh, no. Kitty can't do Misery Mire. She's just checking the Mire Shack because she does not have the medallion yet.
This is a longer batch at the Mothula, but, like, for example, like, Mothula is hard because the rooms before him make the boss fight harder. Like, he requires, like, the fastest way to do it is to use your magic, and you won't necessarily have it. So, like, the walk back to Argus is just, like, feels quicker. It uses less of your resources. Those are not the chests.
Yeah, I'd say the walk back to Argus is more tedious than it is difficult.
Yeah. It probably has to do with Flaffy's internet being sounding like it's having a bit of issue. Or that. We do have 2 trackers. It's possible that they missed. I mean, if one tracker's handling 2 people misses sometimes, and even when we've got 2 trackers and 4, things will get missed. And that's totally fine. We appreciate our trackers.
Give them some love, definitely. And like I said, give love to our restreamer Alvy, who's having to restream 4 streams at once. That is not easy, folks. You got to have a good connection and a good computer to handle that.
Just a good CPU, honestly. And
Yeah,
just go all out. If you want to restream or stream, just go all out on the CPU. GPU is only if you're trying to stream good games.
So it looks like Kitty now got to make the play on Pod. Alan's going to try once again to take on Argus. Has a little more health this time, so he's in a little bit better shape.
Yep, BGM has a lamp now, which means that he is officially in his go mode, personally.
He is in go mode!
Which is why he did not go back up for the chest.
Alan finally taking out Argus. And gets his validation arrow.
Nice.
So by completing Swamp Palace, these runs will be officially validated.
Yeah, so we are seeing the other way to do this fight, which is to menu. If you're not comfortable with the spin strat, you can do this way. On BlueGreenMikey's side, and can be faster. It does completely destroy your menu time, and if you screw up the menu, then it looks bad.
Oh yeah, Flaptikins points out, actually, technically, I don't think Mikey is in Go mode. They still need at least Master Sword to fight Ganon.
It's a very soft Go mode. He'll probably Go mode Misery Mire. Well, he's already finished Misery Mire. He just needs to beat Desert Palace and Skull Woods. Like, Desert Palace has no more items. Skull Woods has no more items. So, he's in Go mode because he's done. He didn't check left side swamp. He didn't do any of that. He'll just go to Ganon's tower, and if he finds the big key early, he'll just keep doing Ganon's tower for more swords. Maybe he'll check Pyramid Fairy. Pyramid Fairy could have a sword.
Yeah, I mean, by defeating Swamp Palace and Thieves Town, he can check the Fat Fairy. So who knows? Maybe the Fat Fairy will have a Vanilla Sword location.
Where he goes from here. So yeah, like I said, he's just going to dungeons now. He's got everything he needs except for that sword upgrade. He'll hope to find it on the way.
Yeah, actually, it looks like Mikey's going to check Checkerboard Cave first. He has not fully cleared Misery Mire. He did not defeat Vitreous. So he's probably trying to find a sword before he goes in. And only a piece of heart in the Checkerboard Cave. Looks like he's going to go ahead and finish up Desert Palace. Going to take on Landmolus. We know Landmolus doesn't have anything.
Nope. None of the dungeons he is in, he has yet to finish. They're all just rushes to the boss. There's nothing else in them.
And it looks like Kitty's going to actually make a full play on Podge. It looks like she's heading to Elmasar King. Or maybe not. What is she doing?
I'm not sure. It doesn't have lamp. That might be
it. Doesn't have the lamp. She can't full clear it.
They're just gonna finish up. Oh, the rest, I can't remember if Mirror's in a dark room or not.
No, it's not. Mirror.
Oh yeah, it can't be because Lamp's in Swamp.
Yep. So now Alan and Mikey both taking on Landmolus at the same time.
I don't know. Turtle Room, I've seen like the top runners die in dark Turtle Rooms. So, and I don't know about your statement on it not being very hard. One of the hardest ones, other than the Misery Mire one. Ironically, it's really just that first room that's hard. There's a way to do it with boots, I just can't remember. With Fire Rod, it's not too bad, but even then, I've seen runners die with the Fire Rod just because those turtles get in the way and you can't actually light the torch. It can happen. I've seen it. It's not pretty.
Yeah. Mikey and Alan in sync there for a little bit.
They're in very different paths of their thing. BlueGreenMikey is about to pick up his 7th crystal. Yoshi, yes, would have mirror because of where he is. That is a good assumption, Fluffy.
And Alan's gonna make the play on Ice Palace.
Mm-hmm.
We know that's a very good play to make right now.
Oh yeah, Mikey hasn't finished Stalwarts. Okay. Good point. It's very quick, though, to do. It's not gonna take him very long.
So Hazu now taking a paying a visit to everyone's favorite bat, getting some love for her troubles. Meanwhile, Mikey now working his way through back through Misery Mire. It looks like he's going to need to find a key before he can move on. And that he's going to take the long way around. There he goes. He's on his way now. He's going to be heading off to the main section, to the back end, so he could get to Vitreous. Meanwhile, Kitty now looks like heading back to Village of Outcasts. Or just heading out past that way. A lot going on here, folks. If you guys have enjoyed this run so much, make sure you give all these runners a follow. TheAlanHeffley, Hazukitty, epicYoshi64, BlueGreenMikey, all of them. Follow them. There are links right there in the chat there. Thank you, Flaffy. Big shout out to our trackers, Flaffy and Sukabooge. And of course, Alvi, our restreamer. And of course, my co-com Zelnus over here.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much, Shades.
And you can also find me on YouTube as well. Again, links are located in the chat if you guys want to check all of us out. Please do so. Give us a follow. All these guys, really awesome people. Mikey now heading upstairs, getting ready to take on Vitreous. And Alan now setting up for the Ice Palace bomb jump. Gets it one shot. Very nicely done. Mikey with those silver arrows having no trouble with Vitreous. Takes him out really quick. Very nice fight. And gets a key for his troubles. So with that, all Mikey's got left is Skull Woods. And he's double checking his map, trying to figure out where to go next. He's like, oh yeah, I gotta finish that place.
Okay, so we're about to see. Oh, ALTTP. Oh yeah, ALTTP has to complete this dungeon. He doesn't know that though.
Yeah.
He does not know that all he needs to do is kill that Iceman.
All he's got to do is finish off Cold Staring, and he is on his way. But he doesn't know that, and the question is, will he actually do it, or will he just say, "Oh, there's no items here, I'm out"?
He might, but it's Green Pendant, so there is still an item left if he leaves. It's called the Green Pendant.
Yep, that's the one thing that would keep me going. Like, okay, I'm not finding it in here, but there is that Green Pendant. You know, that
you can basically consider the Green Pendant to be like equal to a fetch quest item, like in value. So you wouldn't if you knew Mushroom was on like I don't know, Zora Ledge. You just didn't have flippers for the longest time. You wouldn't just skip it. Like, you wouldn't do everything and then just skip it. Like, oh, I know an item's there. I'm gonna go do that item. Because it makes sense. So, that's kind of the... You definitely don't leave... You value that pendant just as much as a regular item. I think Hazukitty took too much damage. Doesn't realize that they can just dash up in that room and they'll just phase right through everything. Usually. Oh, I didn't know that. I've never seen that strat for that spiked room, like charging down and then bouncing back up. I always just walk to the third one and then spin right back up right away. Huh.
Yeah, that's the way I usually see it done. But hey, that worked too. So credit where it's due.
Also, Hazukitty is getting trolled by these jellies. They are not cooperating.
No, they are not.
Actually, Hazukitty would have just fallen off if they went there.
So Mikey now taking on Mothula. Gonna get his final crystal here soon if he can survive this. With his blue mail and the riot shield, I think he'll be in pretty decent shape to do that.
Fortunately, this shield doesn't really do much in this game. Like, there's a few places, but like, it doesn't defend against some of the most dangerous stuff in the game. There are other games though where like the shield's super useful.
Indeed, looks like Yoshi is taking on Argus right now. Kind of hard to see what's going on there, but hopefully we can see how that turns out. And it looks like Kitty also taking on Mothula, but Mikey finishing the job. Getting his final crystal.
Hazukitty dies to Mothula, or it was just before Mothula, I didn't catch it.
She died.
Leave.
At this point, they need another sword. They've been with Fighter Sword this entire game.
Yeah, I don't think they're getting a sword before GT. We're about
Not
to
looking
see
that way.
our runner flew up to Death Mountain. Gonna go straight to Ganon's Tower. Just gotta pray to find a Master Sword somewhere in there. Still not technically in go mode because once we find that bit key, we will not just be continuing. SG is also going the wrong way. I've done this every once in a while. This room is a trap. It does not lead anywhere.
She's just desperate to find something here. So Mikey gonna stock up on some potions. Probably a good idea, because again, with that Fighter Sword, it's gonna make things a little more challenging. But more than likely is on his way to Ganon's Tower. So ladies and gentlemen, we have a tradition around here that we like to do. Even though we will be searching all of them, there are 22 chests located inside. There are 22 item locations inside of Ganon's Tower. Put your guesses in. What item location is going to be the big key? Where do you think it's going to be, Zelda?
22. For the Master Sword, because they won't find they'll find the Master Sword in the last chest. Actually, no. The 23. That's where the bid key is, quote unquote.
Oh, vanilla big key?
Yeah.
Ooh.
No. It's gonna be in the 23rd spot. They're gonna check the Master Sword will be in the 23rd spot, because that's what we're actually looking for right now. Who cares about the bid key? We need a sword. It's gonna be in 23. It's gonna be whatever the last item they check is after getting the bid key. So they'll check the chest. Yeah, I've seen that before too. I had the Master Sword in that chest. And Tempered was like later on in the dungeon. That was nice. Oh no, I did Fat Fairy. I think Hazukitty just doesn't know how to get out of this place.
I think you're right. I think she's stuck.
You just have to go right in the thin south. That's all. And that this kind of thing was sort of bound to happen, where runners who have never actually played like Link to the Past vanilla end up running Randomizer, I think, with the size that the community has grown to, and that is one of those people are Hazukitty. There are others. I believe Amatsu was one. He had a similarly very long qualifier because he just didn't actually know the game. So.
Yeah, it's relatively a good idea to understand how, vanilla a little bit before you really jump into Randomizer. At least so that you understand the basics of where everything is.
Yeah.
Let's get ourselves started here in Ganon's Tower. 50 rupees and a small key there starting on the right side, and it looks like he's gonna go full right side here. He has that small key. He's not gonna do Tower Room because nobody ever does Tower Room first.
Some people do, especially when they're looking for a sword. For instance, they'll just get it over with. Because, I mean, he's not in Go mode yet. There's the small chance of Turtle Rock still being required. All the sword upgrades can be in Turtle Rock. They could even be on Laser Bridge, for instance.
That would be especially cruel, especially all things considered.
I mean, the coolest part of this scene is honestly the Ice Palace. We didn't actually see if epicYoshi did Ice Palace. So we're going to have to hope that while his stream is not dropping frames, that we see his menu to see if he did.
I don't think he did.
Oh, he did not, because he only has Ether. I don't know where he got Ether from. Can't remember where that was, but ALTTP also has it, so. Oh, we found the Ice Rod. That's... Well, okay. So all the sword upgrades could, in theory, be on the top floor, and then one on Trinet. That's actually a possibility. 2 of them can be up there, and then 1 is on Trinets if we just found the Ice Rod.
Yep. And small key on the torch there, so Bob will not live today. No Bob. Sorry, folks.
Nothing stopping all the swords being locked by Trinets. Actually, yes, yeah, you can actually do all of this without, yeah, so they would be somewhere else. I forget that you don't actually need Master Sword to beat the dungeon, you just need it to beat Ganon. Which is pretty trolly, because you leave the dungeon, you leave Death Mountain, it's like, oh. Hey, this is unfortunate.
Oh,
there's the Master Sword.
We have a Master Sword.
Yeah, that's a huge relief. Okay, so that brings all, and there's still a very good chance of him finding another sword along the way here, although there are like a lot of spots in Turtle Rock where a sword could be chilling out. It could be on left side. I don't know if anyone's checked left side swamp yet, and if they have, we just kind of forgot.
No, they did check left side swamp. I didn't find anything there.
Oh, okay, so that's good.
But now, yeah, there is no doubt about it. Mikey is in full go mode now.
So yeah, you can't actually leave a room before a bomb explodes. This is not LADX, where there's actually a specific glitch, where bombs trigger cutscenes. It's pretty hilarious. They actually skipped the ocarina in that game because the flute can trigger all the ocarina sequences. Very odd game.
There's the big key.
Wait, he's choosing to be out. I think I would have checked. He must be feeling tired. Maybe he feels behind? I don't know, though. Not with his decisions. There's no way he feels behind.
Well, we're coming up on 2 hours now, so at this point, you'd probably start to be a little worried.
So, he has silvers. Why is he not just... Oh, no, he just says regular. It's still better to just regular. I guess he's just gonna brute force his way through this fight. It is really hard to hit Trinets with hammer. Like, that is not the actually intended way. You're not really supposed to hit him with the hammer. It's why the hitbox doesn't really work out.
But he pulls it off. So Yoshi now finishing off that, getting a pendant. It's weird that he actually ran that dungeon. Or weird that he took on Helmassar King at least.
Maybe he doesn't have full information, so he's like worried about pedestal.
I guess that makes some sense. Boy, that's gonna come back to haunt him though.
At this point, Unless BlueGreenMikey really doesn't know Silver, or like Master Sword again, like he's really bad at the spin section. The 48 spins that are required to get to the other phase. Because he does have silvers, so that's good.
Now he's working his way through the gauntlet here. Always a tricky part of the dungeon, especially with these BMO statues. Always getting you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Hazukitty is taking another stab at Stall Woods. Again, the dungeon is pretty difficult.
And Alan now working his way through Misery Mire. And try to get everything out of there while he can. Mikey having a little bit of trouble there with the BMO statues on that ice floor. Oh, it's the ice floor that always gets you, because you have to have good control of that. Having to use a potion to heal up. Oh, and Yoshi gonna check the Fat Fairy Cave. I don't think we've seen that checked yet. Meanwhile, Kitty finally finishes off Mothula. Probably very ecstatic to finally take care of that. Oh, and indeed, there was a sword upgrade in the Fat Fairy Cave. So if Mikey had checked that cave, he would have been in go mode a lot sooner, and he wouldn't have been panicking going through Ganon's tower. He would have Tempered Sword by now. Nonetheless, Mikey now heading upstairs, going to take on the stall robes, as I call them, since they don't look like your typical whiz robes. Unfortunately, Yoshi still does not have has still not checked Ice Palace, does not have the Bombos medallion, so he is not ready to go. And he's probably trying to figure out where to go from here at this point. Oh, Mikey having a little trouble there on the collapsing bridge. Those guards can get you if you're not careful. Alan now working on Vitreous, only has regular arrows, does not have silver, so it's going to be a little trickier for him. And what is Yoshi doing? He just checked Checkerboard Cave, didn't he? Maybe he didn't. Not sure what he's thinking here. Meanwhile, Mikey now working his way, coming up on Troll Dorm 2. Gotta check these last couple of chests, see if we can find one more sword upgrade. There's the shovel! Kind of late to get the shovel this late in the game. Probably not going to be checking that anytime soon. But nonetheless, gonna go ahead and probably check these last couple of chests here again. He wants to try to see if he can get Tempered Sword before he gets to the end. Not a bad idea, but not going to... Doesn't look like he's going to find anything. He's still got... Because I think we still have the map and compass to find. And so it's up to Validation Chest. He's going to take on Troll Dorm 2 here. See how he holds up against this. Again, he's only got Master Sword, so he's going to rely on Hammer Strats. Harder to hit, but does tempered damage, so it's definitely not a bad choice. 3 hits usually does it if you can get one more in. Ooh, that was close. There we go. Takes out Moldorm 2 without too much trouble there. Will he check the Validation Chest? Hey! Tempered Sword and Validation Chest! What are the odds of that? So Mikey now in prime position to take on Ganon now. He's got Tempered Sword and he's got Silver. So he's in good shape going in here, heading into Aga 2. Nice double there on Aga 2 to start things off as Alan gets his last crystal. And Mikey finishing off Aga 2 without too much trouble there. He's going to be heading off to Ganon now, and he's going to be in good shape for this. Has blue mail, which, you know, could be better, but could be worse. He's got Tempered Sword, and he's got Silvers. Doing pretty decent so far. Start here on Ganon. Meanwhile, looks like Alan's going to go ahead and try to finish up Skull Woods. And Yoshi finding his mushroom there in the Mirror Cave. I don't think that has been... oh, yeah, that has been checked. There wasn't anything there for the mushroom. All right, Mikey now getting set up for the final phase of Ganon. He's in pretty good shape right now. He's got a decent amount of health. He's got blue mail, so he should be good from there. It's just a matter of getting, you know, whether or not he does the torch glitch and whether or not how trolly Ganon decides to be. Sets him up for an early shot there, and he's gonna set up the torch glitch.
Yeah, the pattern for this boss was actually fine for Master Sword. I was like watching all the early spots. He would have been able to get quite a few good phases.
I guess you missed out. He's actually got Tempered Sword now.
I know that. I'm just saying that if somebody has to do this with Master Sword, which shouldn't happen because the order, unless they somehow miss a chest, because Tempered's basically on the way. It just happens that it's pretty much all in Ganon's tower. And now he is done. BlueGreenMikey is finished.
Yep, we just got to wait for him to walk through that door there so we can get official thing. He finishes with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 3 minutes, and 14 seconds. GG to BlueGreenMikey. Nicely done, sir.
I don't think we mentioned it, but ALTTP is also in go mode.
That is true. He's got the medallion now. He's got everything he needs, so he is in go mode. He will be finding his swords on the way. We know this for a fact. And we'll be getting Mikey in here in just a minute for a chat. Now it's going to take on Mothula, try to get that finished up so he can make his way. He's still got Skull Woods and Thieves Town to finish up, but those will be pretty quick. And then he'll be ready to head over to Ganon's Tower as well. Mikey, GG, my friend.
Oh, GG. What a scene, huh? That was some craziness.
No kidding. Those items were trolling you left and right this one.
So this is my last race of the tournament, and in 3 of the 4 seeds, I got the Master Sword after 90 minutes. This is the second time that I've had the sword be my go mode item. I'm kind of done with this game for a little bit. I think I'm gonna take a little break. I think.
Wait, so this was your only win in your group?
No, I had one win on a seed that was kind of, just a nice average seed. It wasn't too trolly. So
Well, if
I
you're
think I finished at 2-2, so I'm almost virtually mathematically eliminated.
nope. If somebody goes 4-0 in your group, you're fine. Like, if somebody goes 4-0, 3 people can beat you 2, and then you have one more race, and then you can get through the tournament. So you're not completely dead yet.
Oh no, we already have a 3-1, and our number 1 seed is 2-0.
Okay.
So.
Okay, never mind then. Yeah.
But I'm okay with that. I mean, I had fun. This tournament's fun, and anyone who's watching, if you haven't participated yet, definitely join us on SRL and join the next tournament. It's just a lot of fun.
Alternatively, keep your eye out if you're just a Zelda fan in general. You can always keep your eye out. There will be an LADX randomizer that is in alpha right now. So that'll be coming out. I think the entrance one, because that game is very linear, so an entrance randomizer will be more interesting in general. That's something to keep your eye out if you like Zelda.
Definitely a new game to pick up for me, I think.
Definitely.
So how was the rest of the seed? How did everybody else do?
Oh, everybody else is getting trolled because the double pendant requirement is pretty. It's pretty trolly.
Yeah, I got my item out of Ice Palace, and I thought, I'm never gonna come here again. I might as well just finish it. It's the green.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, it's the green pendant, so I get one more item, and I'm still looking for a sword. So, I figure I might as well go finish it.
And then it turns out it's the medallion you needed for Misery Mire. It's like, well, there we go.
Yeah, and I don't know if anybody else did. I did that early pedestal check and saw that Quake was up there, and it took me a long time to be able to even get to Misery Mire. So I was getting pretty nervous that we were going to see a pedestal seed here.
We were thinking that too for a while until you went to Mire and saw that it was Bobo's. But yeah, like as soon as you saw that medallion, you must have been thinking like, so that's the game we're playing today, huh?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've been kind of trolled throughout the tournament, so I wouldn't have been surprised at a pedestal seed. So, but no, the seed, it kind of, until we got to the point where you don't have a sword, you need the Master Sword to be canon. It felt fairly linear. Until we got to the medallions. The early part, there just seemed to be enough of a path to go down.
Oh no, you were all literally doing different things. Different sequence, really? Different minor sequence breaks were leading to different pathing entirely. Like, I don't think there was ever a point where 2 people had made the same path in decision. This was very, very open seed.
Oh wow. I think I maybe got lucky. I didn't do a lot of sequence breaking in this. I usually do my little fake flipper over to Waterfall Fairy, and I kind of skipped all that, and it just kind of opened up logic. The logic opened up for me, kind of luckily.
Someone just pointed out the logic wanted you to beat beat Swamp without a sword.
Where did I get my first sword? I don't even know.
From the only other sword was the Eastern Palace bid chest where bid key was locked behind lamp. So you actually had to go and do to Swamp to get the lamp.
Oh my god. That's horrific.
Yeah, so the actual seed was way worse than a speedrunner handle. It's like a casual player doing this would just. This is not like this is why when people are like, oh, this randomizer is totally for casual players. Like, no, it's not.
No.
Like whenever somebody's like, we should remove weird logic things that don't make sense to casual players. I'm like, please don't ruin the randomizer.
Yeah,
Right.
because in this seat we definitely confirmed that you found we found the sword in Big Chest and Eastern. You found 2 in Ganon's Tower, and we can confirm the last sword was with Fat Fairy.
Yeah.
I never went to Fat Fairy. Oh.
No, you did not. That was the last. You would have had Butter Sword if you had gone there. But
Well,
no,
it's because you were pretty much in go mode by the time you had your 5/6. So
Yeah, I made the play that I figured there had to be a sword in Ganon's Tower, and if there
Yeah.
wasn't, I'll just full clear it and go looking elsewhere. So I was in pseudo go mode, I think.
Turtle Rock, the nightmare scenario was Turtle Rock. Honestly, when you got that ice rod, I was almost convinced that like Trinets was gonna like have a sword or something, and like I don't know.
Oh God. Has anyone gone? Has anyone entered?
No, there's no reason. Nobody will go anywhere near Turtle Rock because you, unless they dample that instead of Pod.
Ice-
Nope.
ice or
Everyone
pod.
like Hazukitty's stream has broken, so we don't actually know what's going on with them. Like if they're gonna make a weird Turtle Rock play. Yeah, Turtle Rock actually has nothing in it, so that would be a very bad play.
I just went ahead and paid my respects in the chat. So
Don't
R-
spam.
RIP
I literally just told everyone not to spam.
One
Yeah.
of the things you were saying about the difficulty of the randomizer and stuff like that, I think something changed in V26 where the mail is much harder to get, the swords tend to be much harder to get, which
Actually,
for the casual player, that's really hard.
Other way around. It's actually easier.
I know it is in the logic, but it's kind of played more towards these kind of low percentage seeds. It feels like I don't know if that's true or not, but it kind of feels like that.
Absolutely, yeah. It's definitely not. It's just because it's a negative bias, negative outcome bias, where you will always it is much easier to remember very bad experiences over very good experiences, or average experiences where a lot of people just think tempered or haven't master for most of the game is just an average experience. So you're not going to remember those seeds where you got an early master sword and everything worked out fine because you found a mid-game tempered. You're just going to remember these seeds where it's like, man, getting that sword sucked for the whole game.
I think that's true because I've never won a poker hand,
Exactly.
Oh man! All right, so Island now making his way into Ganon's Tower finally. So we'll be seeing his run on that pretty right now.
Oh, and the computer died for Hazukitty. That's too bad.
I know that they were talking about how their computer has been running into issues. It's fairly old, so
that's unfortunate because she's been having enough trouble as it is throughout this run. Unfortunately,
yeah, it's always been pretty. I kind of like watching the newer runners a bit because you get to see. You kind of remind yourself of how it was when you started. You get to see some rooms that you don't usually see, which you always forget that there's like this this game that you just skip completely.
Specifically in Hazukitty's case, they've just never actually played, like they've never actually played Link to the Past before their qualifier match. So also, epicYoshi is spamming at the just hitting Sashrilla with everything. I feel like, unless epicYoshi, if they're out of this, because there's already a 2-0 and there's a 3-1, and there may be 1-2, I don't know the stats. Maybe they're just like getting their frustrations out. But it's not Sashrilla's fault she didn't do Ice Palace for 12 years.
Yeah, right?
He told you that he had a green pen, that he wanted the green pendant.
This is an amazing destruction of Sarasala, though. I'm pretty happy about that.
I'm sure you were at least feeling somewhat similar about that when you got your medallion.
Oh yeah, I mean, I sometimes am like, it's kind of dumb to do, bomb things when you're unhappy and stuff like that. But in this seat, I was just like, screw this. I'm bombing the validation chest. I don't even care. I'm sick of this.
Oh man, I feel for you guys. Mad Girl Shahasala had the Bombos medallion needed for Misery Mire. That's why epicYoshi's so frustrated. Alan now picking up his big key. He's actually going to go forward. He's not going to he's not going to mirror out. He's going to at least check the rando room. So let's see what we missed in here. Here's the compass. 5 rupees. Bomb upgrade. And more rupees. All right, so we're still waiting to see Yoshi finish up here in Misery Mire. He just has to finish that up. He's in go mode. So once he finishes up Misery Mire, he'll be on his way to Ganon's Tower as well. Oh man, this has been an amazing race watching this so far.
I was kind of mad at that early Mire big key because I thought, oh man, if I was go moding this, but I was still pretty far away. I can't do the Mire dark rooms. I'm not at that point yet, so I had to go find my lamp.
Yeah, that lamp trolled you guys pretty hard being in Swamp Palace, because like half the dark rooms you guys need to get through to find all the good items, and yet it was sitting there in Swamp the whole time. Almost requiring you to dip into pod, almost double dip at one point.
Yeah, the almost double dip into pod, the lengthy ice palace, all before you get the lamp. It's that seems pretty rare in this version. You get the lamp pretty early because of all the way that the logic requires it. It seems like.
See now Yoshi working his way towards Fitcher. He's trying to hit. I don't know what he was doing there. I guess he's trying to hit the switch. I thought he hit it already. A little trouble there. Meanwhile, Alan running a little low on health there, going in into the cannonball bridge. Wouldn't be surprised if he stops off to heal up at the ferries. Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. He's going to stop off at the hidden ferry restock cave.
But yeah, I mean, actually, Medius, that is correct. You have, if there's a 3-1 in any group at all, you have to have at least 3 wins to proceed. Unfortunately, it would require an insane circumstance. But you should definitely still play your games, but it would require just an insane circumstance.
Also, I don't know when it happened, but apparently Yoshi did pick up red mail.
Oh, he did have a lot of intermittent issues with his internet, so using the gold bead to get through parts of the gauntlet.
Oh, the gauntlet. Yeah, that's clever.
I had the gold. I had B-Torp bless my Ganon fight a day or today, actually, earlier today. I decided that I had a golden bee and I hadn't used it yet.
That Stolchild giving Alan there a little bit of trouble.
Oh no, Alan dropped the Master Sword. So epicYoshi's actually going to be the only one who will probably finish this with golden. So.
Provided he actually checks the validation chest, because that's where the last sword upgrade is. And if he's checked the IRC and sees that Mikey's already done, he may just rush through this and skip that.
Yeah, you know, he might not have. I'm not sure if he's someone who watches the IRC chat or not.
Well, he's not rushing too much. He's stopping up to grab some potions, even though he's got full bottles. He realizes he doesn't need to get any bottles. He's got two. I think he's got at least 1 or 2 blues and a green. Alan now got to stock up on some arrows. Don't really know why. He does not have silvers, I don't think. So he's going to be doing a silverless Ganon.
Yeah, you know, if you go mode Meyer, you might just never find the silvers because they were in the vanilla big key chest.
Yeah, they were a little out of the way there, and neither Yoshi or Alan had them. I think you were the only person that we know of that actually found the silver arrows.
Yeah, you know, if with as low as this seed was on swords, I was pretty happy about the silvers because you never know what's going to happen if you have to master sword silverless Ganon.
Ooh, I think wasn't that what you just had to deal with last round on this, or was that a different stream I was watching?
Sorry?
A master sword silverless Ganon?
Oh no, I would never do that. But that was my opponent, I think.
Ah, that's maybe what it was. Either that or it was one of the other races I was watching earlier, because I was watching some shows on the some streams on the main tournament. I think one of them had to do a Master Sword Silverless. Ooh, never fun. Oh no, you know what it was? I was watching Andy's practice run. That's when I was watching it. That's where I saw it, because he was doing some practice runs and he had to do Master Sword Silverless. I was like, oh. So, Alan now getting near the top of Ganon's tower. Meanwhile, epicYoshi just entering Ganon's tower. So we're getting close to the end of this run, folks. We're starting to see everything come together.
Looks like a nice message from Hazukitty in chat there.
Yeah, we wish you could have finished up there at least, Hazu. But you know, it was enjoying to watch your run. Hope you at least had fun while you could. And Math Girl, I meant the first one. Now Alan taking on Trolldorm 2 here. Hopefully won't have too much trouble here, but again, it is Trolldorm. Oh, he's trying to back him into the corner there.
Yeah, Trolldorm's pretty hard with just the Master Sword. You do have to spin or else it's just like a fighter sword hit.
Alright, well Alan should... Oh, he's thinking about it. He's thinking. He's gonna check it. He's gonna check it. No, he's gonna pop us.
Oh no.
Frustration slashes from Alan. Mikey, I think he's feeling your pain there.
I was getting pretty nervous that he was just gonna bomb it and then leave and not get it.
I know. Oh, that's funny. Oh, man. I needed that. That was funny. So Alan now heading into Dragon 2. And Yoshi actually doing Tile Roo.
Oh, he must be desperate for... Wait, what? Actually, wait.
Silver's probably. That'd be my...
Yeah. Where was it again?
Fire.
Oh, yeah.
Meyer Vanilla Big Key chest.
Oh, yeah, the thing that people skip, but they really shouldn't, because it's not actually that long. Stop skipping that chest.
Yeah, Mikey didn't. He got his silvers out of it. So, yeah, good advice.
That chest has the highest percentage chance in the entire dungeon to have an actual item in it. So, I don't know why people skip it. And it's just because people are lazy and they just want to blame losses on silly things. They don't want to, like, look at stats. It's like, well, this just feels bad, so I'm not going to do it. It's like, no, it's like a 35% chance over, like, the 25% chance everything else is to have an item. It's a pretty good chance that has your progression in it.
It's not that far out of the way. I mean, you know, you just do the torch room and then you're back with the war.
Like, you should be doing the torch room for the other high probability chest, the one just above it. Like, both the left side chests have a really high chance of having a required item in them because they're past the point where you're gonna get keys. Like, you've already used the keys. You usually get your keys in those first few chests.
Yeah, this seed for the first time in a long time. I haven't seen a seed where I only got one. I didn't have a key in either of those first two chests on the right side. I think it was like big key and map, and the only key was in that skull.
Yoshi now taking a very odd path. I don't see a lot of runners going this way. Taking the long way. I think this is going to Ice Armos.
Probably Ice Armos and Bidkey. Yeah, I'm guessing that Epic doesn't know Silverless, based on the way he's playing. But I mean, the easiest way if you don't know it is just kill Ganon.
Maybe he's not confident in his spin strats. Meanwhile, Alan prepping up for his battle with Ganon here. Stopped off to get some more potions.
You should go back. If you're gonna do the Bidkey chest, you should just do. Oh, he's about to die.
This is not gonna end well. Because he hasn't even found the big key yet.
Oh wait, what? Okay, I mean, I've done right side all the way here. Please use your. No, don't try to that one. Try to get the one that's like stuck. Oh my gosh, he used a dream potion instead. He's about to die.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And there you go.
Oh no.
Meanwhile, Alan now working on his Ganon fight. Yoshi now finally checking the left side. He eventually will be finding his big key, but ooh. Poor Yoshi, he's just not had a good run this seed. Oh, and Alan taking a death on Ganon. Got hugged one too many times, I think. I want to take this opportunity once again to let you guys know, if you guys enjoy these runs, please follow all of these amazing runners on Twitch. TheAlanHeffley, Hazukitty, epicYoshi64, and of course BlueGreenMikey who's with us right now. And of course, big shout out to our trackers, Flaffykins and Sukaboosh. And of course, my co-commentator Zelda over here.
Thank you very much.
It has been a blast. Yep.
Very much shades. Also, don't forget that there are other tournaments coming up. Not just randomizer ones. There are regular tournaments. I know that there is going to be a Binary Isaac tournament starting at the end of the month. It's October 31st. So if you're into this game, Binary Isaac is actually heavily inspired by the Legend of Zelda series. So probably would enjoy that, even if for some reason you've never really watched Binary Isaac. There's also. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I was gonna say I actually have played the Binding of Isaac a ton.
Yeah, I've got like 5,000 hours in it or something.
Oh, good God! I think you've got me beat, but I've definitely played more than my fair share, so I'd definitely be looking forward for that tournament.
You know, I have never even seen that game. It's Zelda-like.
Yeah, it's the original game is like almost like he does he holds the item above his head. Like a lot of the bosses are like inspired by the like 2D Zelda bosses. The entire game is like basically roguelike version of Zelda. Like that was the original inspiration for the game. The game is extremely Zelda-like.
Do you think it's possible to get tournament ready in 14 days?
If you are decent at video games, yes, but you'd also need to buy like something like $50 worth of video game to play it, because you need the newest expansion to get the mod that we use for racing. But yeah, there's enough guides. You could learn it pretty quickly.
Maybe I'll just watch on Speed Gaming.
There's also a Pokemon Randomizer Bingo. It's a weird name. Pokemon Crystal Cinco Bingo Randomizer tournament coming up.
Saying that 5 times fast.
Yeah. It's like if you like Bingo and if you like Randomizer. And then I think Dragon Warrior and Zelda 1 tournaments are coming back soonish for Randomizer. I don't know about that. You'd have to ask those communities. I know that there's going to be a Dragon Warrior, like another Dragon Warrior tournament, and obviously the Zelda 1 tournament community is on like their 6th or 7th tournament already.
Yeah, and they're in the finals of the Super Metroid tournament, I think, as well.
Oh yeah, that too, and the finals of LADX. So, like, that's why there's a bunch of other tournaments starting up right now, because there's a bunch of tournaments ending.
The tournaments don't stop here on Speed Gaming and Randomizer Mania, so definitely make sure you have all of our channels. We've got Speed Gaming 1 through 4 and Randomizer Mania 1 through 4. Please give all of those channels a follow. You definitely don't want to miss out on all this fun.
And
you know,
don't forget about, like, it's easy to forget, but there's a YouTube channel. If you miss a race, like, don't feel like you have to be at every single race, even if the races that you like don't. I see people, oh man, I missed a race. It's like, no, they will all end up on YouTube. It is taking a little bit longer for this tournament. That's the secondary. They are highlighting them first and then move in to make sure that the primary tournament works. And we do have a second finish, which is ALTTP winning the top race, which unfortunately, due to Hazukitty's disconnect.
yeah, but Alan is finishing with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 32 minutes, and 49 seconds. GG to Alan. See if we can get him in here for a chat real quick. Meanwhile, we finish up with epicYoshi here. He's finishing off Land Molas 2. Amazing job from all these runners. You got this tournament. These randomizers can be really tricky. So it's you know, these guys definitely give a lot of credit for the work they do.
I definitely wouldn't mind seeing a little a Triforce Hunt tournament. I think that'd be fun.
Keep your ears posted.
I'm sure the option is available in the future, so we'll have to see.
Just PM me. What? How does easy mode Triforce sound for a silly tournament once this tournament starts shrinking down?
That sounds perfect.
That's been an idea that's been in my head for a little bit. Oh no!
It's the therapy that we all need. We need, something
Swords.
a little bit.
Swords for everyone. Also, easy mode can actually be less than 10 minutes. If 10 of the pieces are in Kakariko, I think the world record for like easy Triforce is like 12 minutes or something. The seeds are quite literally anywhere from 10 to 2 hours. 10 minutes to 2 hours. It's easy mode Triforce is the best palette cleanser usually.
Poor Yoshi having some trouble in the torch room.
He didn't run out of magic. That's good.
That was close though. He was having a little trouble there in the torch room.
Ooh, I like that idea, Carissa, too. That sounds pretty good.
The only problem is that, like, the only way to increase to change the requirements right now for Triforce is to increase the difficulty, and I don't think everybody would be interested in, like, ending in expert mode, because that's 6 hearts, Master Sword, Silverless required.
Yeesh.
So
yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah, so I think the idea of a meme tournament that's just easy mode Triforce, like anywhere from 2 to 20 to 2 hours is funny to me. Just gonna check this chest. So he's gonna be the only. We're gonna have to tell him he's the only racer with the golden sword. Could feel really good about that.
That's if he checks the validation chest. If he doesn't do it, then it's everyone's getting tempered.
That's true.
We got Alan in the waiting room, ready to come in here for a little chat. Will epicYoshi check the chest? Yes, he does. He's got butter. And Alan, GG, my friend.
Thank you very much.
GG's.
Thank you. GG to you too, Blue Green. Well, okay.
So how are you feeling when you finally picked up the medallion from after completing Ice Palace?
I felt overcome with joy, pretty much, I guess. Very.
Is that what you call that? What you did to Sir Osula?
No comment.
I won't lie. I was kind of worried when you got to the validation chest that you weren't gonna open it, considering what we knew it was in there.
No, I was going to open it. I just wanted to tease the crowd. That's all.
You certainly got us. You were like, you back and forth. Is he gonna open it? Is he gonna open it? Then you did the bombos. I was like, what the heck?
I was like, no, that was my dedication to the seed, pretty much.
Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like your opponent unfortunately had a little bit has a computer issue. Unfortunately, she's not going to be able to finish.
Oh no! Well,
yeah, computer malfunction.
Crash?
Oh, is she still in the race?
I don't think she can. I think her computer flat out died. She can't even forfeit.
I'll fix that real quick then.
I know she's been having computer issues.
Yep. She was talking to me about that earlier.
Yeah. Well, that's a shame.
Yeah.
That's a shame. Oh, well.
And just because, like, with a disconnect like that, they would fall back to their last save. Because this is a flute seed, that should have honestly been a very long time. So,
yeah.
Very possible, even if they got their computer back up. Also, sometimes the SRAM doesn't save, so it would just delete to the last time the emulator was open.
Right.
Usually is what happens during a crash for most emulators.
Yeah.
It's very possible that even if they came back, they would actually have a blank ROM. So Silverless Golden. Let's see how well he does it.
What? Somebody has the golden sword? What?
Yeah, epicYoshi.
Oh, yeah.
I think he was the only one who checked the Fat Fairy Cave. That's where the last sword upgrade was.
I kind of figured. I just like I was content with tempered. It's like, all right. I was so afraid I was going to have to do silverless master, but I'm content with it. I'm content
Oh,
with
and
it.
Yoshi taking a fall.
Oh man.
Yeah, we were talking with Mikey about this earlier, but yeah, this seed has been back and forth for everybody. Like, we were not sure for a while who had any kind of lead up until Mikey finally started getting the medallion.
Yeah, I had made an early play into Ice Palace. At least I think it was early, and did a full clear. So Bombos was not even close to my go mode item.
Yeah, what was my go mode item? I can't remember. I think Bombos was actually my go mode item. I think.
Yeah, I believe it
Yeah,
was.
Yeah, it
that
was
the last.
Yeah.
Mine
guys-
was a sword.
Technically,
No.
yeah, because it wasn't until Ganon's Tower that you officially hit go mode.
Yeah. I was really worried early on that it was going to be Pestilence because I did that early check and it was Quake. And I was like,
Oh, you did that
God.
too? Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no.
We were all thinking the same thing too. Also, Yoshi taking a death at Ganon, so he's gonna start over a third time, unfortunately.
Man.
Nothing is good when there's something actually on the pedestal. Like it feels rare that you don't have to pick it up, you know.
I know it feels really good. I know. Yeah. Many times I've had boots on pedestal. I know that. Where it's been required.
You guys are just probably happy you didn't have to do Turtle Rock. Nobody even came close to touching Turtle Rock this entire season. Oh, and Yoshi dead again.
Well, I mean, who really wants to do Turtle Rock when they don't have to? Only
I understand.
only a masochist would want to do Turtle Rock, or really Ice Palace if they don't have to.
Yeah, I think I actually did Ice Palace before I even got to Pod, to take a look at stuff in there. I never went through the dark rooms of Pod. I have no idea what was in there.
I didn't either. Well, I went through the hallway. That's about his 2 keys. But
Oh
I
yeah,
never went through the dark maze.
Considering the item layout, I don't think you guys missed anything important because, I mean, the only
Yeah.
thing that were left to find were, I think, Quake Medallion,
Yeah.
maybe Bugnet. No, I think Bugnet was found somewhere. No, Bugnet. Yeah, there was really nothing important to find there.
Ice Rod.
No, Ice Rod was in Ganon's Tower.
Ah, okay. What was it on right side or?
Yeah, I
right
believe so.
side in the 4
Yeah,
chest room.
okay.
And I got the Ice Rod before I got the Master Sword, so like these guys were saying, I was starting to get worried I was going to have to go into Turtle Rock.
Wow. Yeah, no. I think Berna and the Bloomerang were on the tablets. So I checked those without Master Sword, so. Did a lot of reading this seed.
Yeah, we noticed.
I accidentally checked a sign. I don't remember the last time I did that.
Sign. Oh, okay.
Like the sign on the way to Pod or the one on the way to Easter, and they just, I don't know. This is a weird seed.
Yeah, no, I think a couple races back, Hazu was checking those things in the dungeons. I forgot what they're called now. That sometimes they have something written on them. Sometimes it's just the gibberish that's in the game.
Oh, where Sarasala talks to you?
No, those I think they're called like telepathy tablets. I don't know. I forgot what they're called.
Things,
There's one in each dungeon.
There's one at the top. If he goes up right here, there's one.
So yeah. Oh, Yoshi falling yet again, and he is just not having any luck with him.
That's
He's probably thinking he wishes he had silvers at this point, but I definitely know he ain't going back for those.
Oh boy.
Because he does not know where they are, but we do.
Oh shoot. Oh crap. Forgot
Oh yeah, you didn't have silvers, did you, Alan?
Oh no, no.
They were in the vanilla big chest in Meyer.
No. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I pretty much saw the early big key and just went straight to Vitreous. I've died to him once, and then I checked the big chest and another chest, and I just like, yeah, screw it, I'm just gonna go.
Yoshi now's trying to getting back into that final phase of Ganon. See if he can get through this time.
Yeah.
See if he can set up the torch glitch this time. If he can do that, he might be good. Nope, he didn't get it. That's gonna make it harder for him. Oh, and he falls again!
No.
Oh my gosh, man.
And he's saving and quitting.
Is he gonna go into
Oh, yeah,
silvers, I
Meyer?
guess?
I think he's gonna go look for silvers.
Hopefully, he paid attention to the message.
Hopefully. Yeah, he's going to Meyer.
Yeah. Hey, somebody is echoing. That needs to stop.
It's probably me, I'm sorry. Hang on.
Yeah, this is a good idea. Just go to Meyer. It's the big key chest. It's not that far away.
He needs those silvers if he has any hopes of getting through this at this point. I forgot how to use his boots there for a minute. And he's going right for bombos. He's gonna blow these guys up. He ain't wasting any more time. Yeah, you'd think he'd have an easier, at least a slightly easier time. He's got a good amount of hearts. He's got red mail. But Ganon just not liking him much today. In fact, I think he was the only person who found red mail.
Oh, he didn't check either of these chests.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. He didn't get any items in this dungeon, just got the bit key and left. I think
And he just got himself some more health coming from that
Where are you
piece of
doing?
heart.
Where are you doing? No.
What are you doing, Yoshi? Yoshi, what are you doing?
Checking this chest first. Come on, like you're.
This is almost painful to watch.
It's like, dude, you know that like you have to do this room anyway. You get spit back out in that other room anyways. It's like, oh, it's so confusing. Gets the powder without dying, and then takes a hit right after.
All right.
All right, now he's back on track. Oh, but he didn't do. He's gonna have to do it the hard way now.
I mean, this can be done so much that you don't even need. You don't even need boots. Like you can just like do this puzzle slowly with torch, and you can get through it. People always stress about this one puzzle, but it actually isn't too bad.
No, it seems to be pretty easy to get through when if you know what you're doing.
Like the hard, like the only reason that puzzle's hard casually is because it's the only torch puzzle that spans 2 rooms. And there he goes. There's his silvers. So this should be easy. He's got everything he needs.
Yeah, he's got silvers, he's got butter sword, he's got red mail. He should have no, and with his amount of hearts that he has, he should not have too much trouble at this point. He just has to get back to the Dark World, get back up to the pyramid, and finish off Ganon. And he's going to make sure he stocks up on potions, too, while he's at it. Oh, man. This seed has just been interesting to watch, I think is the best way I could put it. Alright, so Yoshi now finally making his way up to Ganon one more time.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully this time he's now as prepared as he can be. If he can't get it done at this point, I fear there might be a dot forfeit, which would be really bad at this late in the game, but...
Yeah.
You never know.
And here he goes. Like, you should be able to one-set your list pretty consistent with Golden Sword, unless something goes horribly wrong.
Pretty much.
The other phase, you need to get into a good spot. Because, oh, he just gonna need to drink a potion. I would have popped the cape. I see this happen a lot. People have safety items, like magical safety items, and then they pop their blue potion before just pulling out the cape and popping that. Now the cape doesn't pull out instantly, so if you've got a firebird like flying right at your face, you need to switch to that pot, and you need to pop that pot the frame after. But generally, I do see that as a small thing I see runners do that they could fix. And if you have a safety item and you're going to use your blue potion anyway,
Might as well use up your magic so that you can just fill both at once and be ready.
yeah, the hearts will always take longer than the magic unless you're at like some really really weird health. Cool. And he gets the torch glitch.
Figures now when he doesn't need it as much, he gets it. Almost forgets to activate his silver.
Yes, you don't usually have to think about activating silvers in this fight unless you are a new no major glitches vanilla runner, because you don't need because you get the silvers after any boss where it's useful. So this is actually the first place you activate your silvers as a new runner. Oh, missed again. Oh, okay, he needs to pop out his other pot. And
No, he's gonna go for it.
oh, he got it. Okay,
He's got
there you
it.
go. Congratulations to everyone who was able to finish.
Woo, that was an intense race there at the end. But Yoshi finishing with official SRL time of 2 hours, 53 minutes, and 55 seconds. Oh man, that was amazing to sit there and watch this all through the beginning to the end, because that is just so much going on in this race. All right, we are going to get Epic Yoshi in here for a quick chat before we wrap things up, so let's just get him a minute and see what he thinks about all the trouble he went through on this race. Oh.
You know, there are some really good matches on tomorrow, both in the main tournament and the secondary tournament.
Yeah, indeed. It's just crazy how many different matchups we have going on here. This is why we said, folks, make sure you guys follow all of the channels that we have, because there's so many good races going on, many of them going on at the same time. So you definitely don't want to miss out on any of the exciting action that we've got going on. See, just taking a look at tomorrow's schedule for the secondary tournament, I'm actually going to be doing a commentary. Joey Mittens versus BBB Kermit going on tomorrow at 2. And we've also going to be seeing Ninban and Android 412 tomorrow afternoon about 6 p.m. So look forward to those two races tomorrow. And that's just on the secondary channel. On the main channel, we're just going to be seeing a lot. We've got, let me just see here. That was today. Oh, no. Yeah, I thought that was already today. I'm looking at my schedules wrong here.
I'm seeing the one I'm circling is Amazing Ampharos and Christos Owen. That is an insane game at the match at this point.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've seen both AA and Christos in action before. That's going to be a hell of a race to watch. So you definitely want to keep your eyes peeled for that one.
AA getting that massive upset on ACMLM this weekend.
You know, earlier today we got to see Andy and Willard J. Bradley go at it in the quad as part of a quad race, and that was, oh man, that was intense.
As they say on the schedule, it's what the people wanted.
Yeah, they got it all right. Holy jeez. We're just waiting on Yoshi to get in here real quick. And the wavy coin sleeps again.
Yeah, it's not true. I think we're at about 125-ish, 130. A secondary match is completed. There's only about 70 for the next this week and 2 weeks from now. So we're getting there. The secondary tournament first stage is almost over, and then we're into a 60-player bracket, which is going to be a lot of rounds. I don't know if it's double elim or not. But that'll be another couple matches, and then that will wrap up probably a little bit earlier than because the Swiss will switch down into groups. We're basically like one stage ahead of the main tournament at all times. I think, in theory, is the hope.
Indeed, Eric. It looks like Yoshi is in the waiting room ready for us. Let's see if we can get him in here and get find out what's going on in here. Yoshi, good to have you, man. GG, my friend.
You did. I was so bad at Sahasrahla.
Yeah, that one. I think that one trolled everybody. I think Mikey was the only one who even took the gamble on it. So don't feel too bad.
But when I thought about it, it was like, where's Bombos gonna be? Oh yeah, Cold Stare's gonna have it. Of course he is. Because that would make the fight easy. If we could have Bombos for Cold Stare.
Yeah.
You notice you were having a lot of trouble
it was the
there.
last possible thing.
Yeah. Notice you had a little bit of trouble there with Ganon there at the end, even though you had Golden Sword. What was giving you so much trouble there, if I may ask?
I think I just got really out of practice. I don't know what happened there, to be fully honest. Ganon just had a fun time with me.
Yeah, we saw. Then, of course, you had to run that. You were actually, it's funny, you were the only person who grabbed the butter, who actually got all the sword upgrades. Everyone else had tempered sword. You were the only one who had butter.
I'm the only one who decided to check the validation chest.
No, you were the only person who checked the Fat Fairy Cave.
Oh.
It was actually funny. Alan over here blew up the validation chest at the end.
Oh yeah, it was spectacular.
I threw every attack I could think of at Sahasrahla.
That was a terrific Sarasala.
Yeah, you were the one that completely blew up Sarasala when you found that back. We were laughing hard watching that.
I'm glad that's what that was for.
Yeah, Alan, you should have seen he was shooting arrows at him. He bomb-boasted him. It blew him up. Everything.
Jeez.
Nothing hurt him.
He went Bombos
He's the real
and
final
Ether.
boss.
Like he was using all the magic.
He was.
Oh well, as long as it was worth it, you got your frustrations out. That's all that matters.
Exactly. But yeah, definitely GD to all three of you guys. You guys did a fantastic job. And respects to Hazukitty, who unfortunately could not complete her run because her computer decided to die on her. We feel bad for her. But it was an awesome race watching you guys. And all of you guys watching, make sure you get these guys to follow. They deserve it. It was a fantastic race. So the links are being posted in the chat right now. Please give these guys a follow. And of course, big thanks to our Alvi, our restreamer.
Yes, absolutely.
Flaffy and Sukabooge, our trackers. And of course, myself and my co-commentator, Zelnus. Give us both a follow as well. Zelnus, once again, great working with you, dude.
Yeah, same with you, Shades. I'll see you guys in... I might see you guys in other tournaments. But yeah, see you guys next time. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see.
Indeed. I know I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow, so make sure you guys tune in for that. We hope you guys enjoyed tonight. We'll see you guys next time. And as I always like to say, rock on, guys.
Bye, YouTube.